something being a sergeant, ain't it, Sergeant?
Yeah.
2 down, 3 up. How long did it take you to get them?
14 years. About as long as it's taking you to clean this room.
Is that what you wanted to be ever since you was a little boy, Sergeant? A sergeant?
No, I wanted to be president, but they don't get to wear a uniform, so I settled for sergeant.
It's kind of a shame you didn't go into politics at that. You're friendly, you're honest, you're clever.
Knock it off!
Got a good speaking voice.
Do your work. I'll be right back.
Duty Hut, 2nd Platoon, Private Pyle speaking. No, sir, I'm just as sorry as I can be, but he just stepped out. Could I tell him who's calling? Lieutenant Peterson. Yes, sir. He just stepped out just for a minute. Be glad to, sir. None of the platoon is to go on liberty. Special assignment. Hey, could you hold on just a tiny bit, sir, while I find a pencil to write this down with? Sir? Sergeant Carter's report to the colonel's office on the double. Well, if you can wait just a half a second while I write this... Hello? Hello? None of the platoon is to go on liberty, special assignment, colonel's office on double. None of the platoon is to go on liberty, special assignment, colonel's office on double. None of the platoon is to go on liberty, special assignment, colonel's office on double. None of the platoon is to go on liberty, special assignment.
Pyle!
Special.
Clear out of here. I want to catch the first Liberty bus into town.
On the double. There. I just had to write things down. It's easy to forget, and your mind can play tricks on you. Of course, with you, it's probably different. With your training, 14 years and all, you can remember real good. But I still have to write things down. Otherwise, I forget it right the next minute.
Pyle.
Yes, Sergeant.
Will you get out of here?
I'm on my way now, Sergeant. I done what you told me to. I minded the phones. Of course, you was gone such a short time, and there was only the one call.
Yeah, what was it?
Oh, I got it all wrote down here for you. Only thing was, I couldn't remember where to spell Lieutenant Peterson's name with an S-E-N or an S-O-N.
Whoa. Peterson, Lieutenant Peterson, what was that about Lieutenant Peterson?
Oh, well, it was just that I didn't know how to spell his name, S-E-N or S-O-N. I put down S-E-N. What's the matter, Sergeant? Was it supposed to be S-O-N?
Did he call here, Lieutenant Peterson? What did he want? What was the message?
Well, it's all wrote down over here.
Huh? Give me that. Who can read this?
Let me see. Some of the platoon... No, that's... None of the platoon is Taga. Taga?
What's a Taga?
Oh, that's to go. That's funny. I thought that said...
What else?
None of the platoon is to go on. What's that word right there?
How do I know? You wrote it.
Oh, I got it. None of the platoon is to go on liberty. Special assignment, and you're to report to the colonel's office on the bubble.
Double.
That's it. That's the message. You never did tell me, Sergeant. Was it S-E-N or S-O-N?
Will you get out of here?
That's the situation, Sergeant. There are a lot of men ashore from the Fleet Marines, so we're assigning your platoon as extra military police.
Yes, sir.
You'll do street duty in town this morning and relieve the gate and security details on the base this afternoon. We want the town and entire military installation shaped up. Thorough in appearance and military courtesy.
I'm sure my visit will tell me a lot.
At ease. I hope so, sir. Oh, Mr. Horton, this is Lieutenant Peterson. Mr. Horton is special counsel here from Washington for a little look-see.
How are you, Peterson?
Nice to meet you, sir. Could we provide an escort for you, sir? Some transportation?
No, I'd like to prowl around alone, find out what's really going on around here. Well, I won't be able to join you for lunch today, Colonel. I have an invitation from the Army Club. Great bunch. I served in the Army myself, 124th. Great outfit. Oh, good background for my work with the Military Appropriations Committee. Yes, sir. Great outfit.
Yes, sir.
See you later, Colonel.
That'll be all, Sergeant. But remember, I want this town and this base policed like it's never been.
I understand, sir. Everything will be 4-0 right down the line, sir.
Ain't it lovely? Here we are, girls. Secret Agents 000. How do we rate all these choice assignments?
Well, it's just for one day.
Yeah, someday they picked. Street's full of them guys from the fleet. And after 8 months at sea, they just love to have some MP remind them to keep their shirts buttoned and their tie clips straight. They're real sweet about it.
All right, you people, listen up. Now, I told you how I wanted things shaped up, so hop to it. I don't want to see one Marine in this town stepping that much out of line. Peters, Swanson, Matthews, you take the downtown Liberty District. Okay, Gottschalk, you take Center Street, Slater, Wharton Avenue, Pyle, Bristol Street. You do know where Bristol Street is.
Yes, sir, I sure do, Sergeant. That's where they got all them bowling alleys and penny arcades and dance halls. I always try to avoid that street whenever I'm in town on Liberty. Some of the folks that you meet there ain't too respectable. Well, we'll see you, Sergeant.
Hold it. Gottschalk, you take Bristol. Pyle, you get Palmdale Avenue.
Right, Sergeant.
Hold it. Palmdale, isn't that where,
Girly shows, tattoo parlors, pool hall.
Now, there's a street that's just full of sin, Sergeant.
Slater, you got Palmdale, too. Pyle, you move over to, Beacon Street. What's on Beacon?
Gin joints.
Now, that's another evil street. Evil, evil, evil.
Gottschalk, you got Beacon. See here, Pyle? There's the perfect street for you. Only 2 blocks long and right in back of us here. Woodlawn Lane. Anything on it?
Too close to the MP station, no action at all.
Perfect. There's your assignment, Pyle. All 2 blocks of Woodlawn Lane. Walk up, walk down. Just make sure it doesn't explode into violence.
I'll do my best, Sergeant.
Fine. I wouldn't trust Woodlawn Lane to anyone else. Now, don't leave it and report back to me at noon.
Right, Sergeant.
Well, here you are, Gomer.
I sure wish you was staying with me, Duke. I don't know a thing one about MPing.
It's no trouble. You've seen him working before.
Never took no notice. The only lawman I ever knew was Sheriff Andy Taylor back home.
Same thing, just be firm and be tough.
Tough? But Andy Taylor wasn't tough. He's real nice. Matter of fact, folks was always talking on how nice he was.
Okay, be nice. It doesn't matter. There's no action around here anyway.
Sure would feel a whole lot better, though, if somebody was to tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Just make sure the guys are neat and behave themselves. Oh, and make sure they've washed behind their ears.
You ain't gonna start pulling my leg, are you, Duke?
You'll be all right. Just relax.
Hey, fellers. It's 1 o'clock in the button factory. I'm a military policeman, and I'm supposed to tell you fellers about things like collar button, things like that. Fact is, you're kind of my first customers.
Oh, you're a military policeman.
Uh-huh. That's what it says here, military policeman. Or it would say that if there's room, so they just kind of boiled it down to initials.
And this is your first day on the job, right?
Right. How'd you know that?
Well, you see, that's our duty, to go around town checking on the MPs to make sure they do a good job. That's right, pal. We're checkers.
Checkers, huh? Is that kind of like comparison shoppers?
Exactly. I think the private here is doing well. What do you think?
Not bad. Not bad at all. But there were a couple of things.
Well, we could give him a break. It's his first day on the job. We could excuse him.
If you really think so.
Well, what is it, fellers? Am I doing something wrong? Please tell me.
We're not supposed to tell you. We're here to grade you, and then we make a report.
Come on. I sure would appreciate it.
Well, okay. Just this once. First thing, the armband.
Is it wrong?
Is it wrong? He don't know?
He don't know.
How did they ever let you out in the street with it upside down?
Upside.
Yeah, it's got to be turned the other way.
Sure.
So when you put your arm up, people can read it.
Sure. And that gun belt.
Well, is it wrong, too?
He don't know.
He don't know.
He just don't know? Look, the gun belt is supposed to be worn down on the hips, close to the thighs, so you're ready for a quick draw.
Like John Wayne does in the Fighting Seabees.
Sure, pal.
Well, I don't know about that. I kept asking them, but wouldn't nobody tell me.
And that hat.
Is that wrong, too?
You don't know. That hat, what do you think that strap is for? It's got to be worn underneath the chin in case a windstorm comes by.
See, it won't blow off that way. And one more thing. This weapon. This is a concealed weapon. And it's usually carried inside the pant leg. Like that.
But you and all them others, they's carrying theirs.
You want to look better than they do, don't you? Now let me look at you. Now you look like something. Don't he look better?
100% improvement. We got to give this kid a good grade.
He's a living dog.
I think we picked a winner.
They said they was checkers. I think that they was pulling tricks. What a mean thing. What a mean thing to do.
Is this one of your men, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Didn't I make myself clear this morning?
Yes, sir.
Then what is this? You don't seem very anxious to keep those stripes, Sergeant.
Mean thing. What a mean thing to do. I'm sorry, son, these, Sergeant, but them fellers, they seem like this.
I know. The thing is, we gotta keep you under wraps for the rest of the day. Hey, maybe you can just stay in and answer the phone, huh?
Hey, that's a good idea. I can do that real good. I'll do just like I done this morning, remember? I'll take your calls and I'll write them down.
That's the brig. Guard duty at the brig.
I can do that real good, too, Sergeant. You can bet your bottom dollar that those prisoners won't escape while I'm watching them.
Out, that's out. The back gate. It's quiet, it's remote, it's isolated. It's perfect. I got the perfect spot for you. Come on.
Yes, sir, Sergeant. Anywhere you want to put me, I'll just go there.
Any business?
Nobody's come through all afternoon.
Perfect. You're relieved. All right, pal. Now take the duty here, stand guard until 1700. Then secure with that locker and report back to me. Is that clear?
As clear as can be.
You don't have to write it down.
No. Just say it one more time.
Secure at 1700. But until then, nobody gets in unless he has an ID card. Nobody. And anybody gets out of line, you simply do a raised pistol and you take him to the brig. Now, it's that simple, pal. All right? Let's see how you do. I'm coming in.
You just come right ahead, Sergeant. You welcome as can be. You know that.
No. You don't know me.
I don't?
You don't know anybody. You don't have friends. You don't know faces. You only have eyes for this little card. You don't let a single human being on this base without this card.
Well, what
Repeat, nobody through this gate without a card.
With the card in, without out. Right.
Right. Now, look, pal. This is the easiest post on the entire base. Don't foul up. I still want to have these tomorrow.
Right, Sergeant.
Okay.
Halt!
What are you doing?
Nobody passes through here.
What?
You just told me I don't know you, so halt.
That was a test. I said you don't let anybody through without a card. This card.
Right. Pass, friend. ID card, please.
What's that?
You have to have an ID card.
I have an appointment with Colonel Ray.
Makes no difference. It's not friends or faces. It's just that itty-bitty card.
Well, I don't have a card, but I do have an appointment. Now, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry, sir, but orders is orders.
This is absurd. I am Brewster Horton, special counsel from Washington on assignment. Now, does that satisfy you?
You still have to have a Marine ID card.
Do you mean to say that you're actually going to stand there and not let me through?
That's right, sir. Not without that card, my sergeant said. I don't have friends and I don't know faces. Nothing personal, sir. I'm sure if we met under happier circumstances, we'd be friends.
Oh, look here.
And while I don't know your face now, next time we meet, I'll know it. It's a big, friendly face. Matter of fact, you sort of favor my uncle, Ernest Spurgeon. Well, you'll excuse me, sir. I've got to secure this gate anyhow.
Paul! I'm going in. No, you wouldn't. I told you who I am.
What you are is my prisoner. Sorry, but you'll have to move along, so move along.
Yes, sir. We do have one of the men from your ship, huh? Yes, sir. Well, as soon as you can send some men over here to call for him, sir. Yes, sir. Get him out of here. Commander, we'll have that information before we got it somewhere here. It's around here, I think.
And don't you tell me what we can do and what I can't do.
Somebody shut that joker up! Put him in number 4.
One minute.
I'm sorry, sir.
Take care of you.
Well, we got a real
I demand
bad
that
one
Colonel
here,
Gray be notified
yes,
immediately. Believe me, when he hears of this, there is going to be trouble.
Well, I'm sorry as I can be about this, sir, but the sergeant here said it won't take long. Would you like something?
Yes, your name.
It's Gomer Pyle. Pyle rhymes with file. Makes it easy to remember.
Believe me, I won't forget it.
Yes, sir. We'll do that, Commander. Yes, sir. Well, Pyle, did you get that back gate secured?
Uh-huh. I done exactly like you said, Sergeant. And if it hadn't been for this one feller...
Break, Sergeant Carter. Break, Sergeant Carter.
This is Colonel Gray, Sergeant. We're waiting for Mr. Horton. He's here on some assignment from Washington. Check all gates and let me know if he's returned to the base.
Yes, sir. Give me the front gate.
Like I said, Sergeant, there was only this one feller that tried to crash through. He didn't even have on a uniform. Seemed kind of nervy to me.
This is Carter here. Has Mr. Horton come through there?
Horton.
Well, let me know the minute he does. Give me the west gate.
Can't imagine why he'd do a thing like that. He's a grown man, too. Had on a nice blue serge suit. He's a big fella with a big friendly face.
This is Sergeant Carter. Has Mr. Horton come through there? Well, check it, will you?
Well, I wasn't taking no chances on you losing them stripes, so I took him back there and I clanged the door shut.
Yes, huh? Well, let me know when he does. Yeah. Can't you see I'm busy? Will you beat it? You're off duty.
Yes, Sergeant.
Give me the colonel's office. All right, I'll wait. Grown man, blue shirt suit, big fella with a big friendly face. In there? Wine shut.
Hello? Someone there? Hello?
Colonel? Mr. Horton's on the base. No, sir, not exactly. He's here.
Well, I had to do something. He come barging through that gate like he owned this place.
Don't you understand, Pyle? He does. Oh, you wouldn't lock up another Marine or a sailor or a soldier, or even a second lieutenant. No, not you. You gotta pull a pistol and take on a big shot.
What do you think will happen?
Well, he's up there with the colonel right now. I dare say your name will come up. Offhand, I would say your next 50 or 60 years in the Marine Corps will not be fun and games. In fact, you'll probably be an old man before you get off KP. You might be the first private in history to make the garbage detail his life's work.
Gosh, what'll I do?
I don't know, Pyle. I really don't. All I can say is, if the idea of desertion ever crossed your mind, you'll never find a better time to look into it.
Shoot, it can't be that bad.
Oh, can it? They're gonna get you up there, they're gonna work you over, and when you come out, you're gonna be the most chewed up... Duty Hut, Sergeant Carter. Yes, sir, he's here. Right away, sir.
Was it?
The colonel. He wants to see you on the double.
Well, I guess this is it. Could you go with me?
I'm gonna be busy here. I was a sergeant in charge, remember? I'm gonna be busy taking off these stripes. Pyle, I do have one suggestion. If they offer you a cigarette and a blindfold, take them both.
I have been on many military installations in my career, but I have never been subjected to...
Yes? Send him in.
That's the man.
Hey, sir. Private Pyle reporting this order, sir.
He's the one, all right. Well, I don't know what you're going to do in this situation, Colonel, but I can tell you what the Army would do.
I'll handle it, sir.
Good.
Pyle, do you have any idea what you did?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Then let me make the situation quite clear. In fact, I'll tell you exactly what you did. A very important, influential man from Washington asked to enter this base. You were on duty. You followed regulations, you carried out orders, and conducted yourself in a military manner. Well done, Private. You're dismissed.
Dismissed? All right, Colonel. You've made your little speech. Now do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to go back to Washington.
Yes, sir. You're going back to Washington, and you're going to tell them that when they take security measures at Camp Henderson, they really take them. Why, even an official from Washington can't get through without proper identification. You can't ask for tighter security than that. Isn't that what you're going to tell them?
Well,
I mean, that should really please them back there, these strict precautionary measures. You're dismissed, Private.
Then I'm not really in any trouble? Golly! I can't wait to get back and tell Sergeant Carter. I won't even know how to explain it to him.
You just tell him what I said. That you followed regulations, carried out orders, and conducted yourself in a military manner.
Followed regulations.
What's the matter?
Do you happen to have a pencil and some paper? It's my memory. Wait till you hear. What
are you doing here?
You'll never guess in a million years.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you in a brig?
You'll never guess in a million years. This is going to come as a real surprise to you.
What happened? What did the colonel say?
What did you hear, Sergeant? What did you hear?
Pyle, what did he say?
It's a good thing I wrote it down. He said, I followed regulations and carried out orders and conducted myself in a military manner.
Are you kidding?
He bragged on me and said dismissed.
Well, how about that, huh? The old man's okay, huh? He backed you up against a big brass.
Guess you don't have to worry about them stripes now, neither.
Hey, that's right.
I told him what you done, too, Sergeant.
Hey, you did, huh? You put in a plug for me, huh? You told him I was the one that instructed you in the rules and regulations?
I told him what you said, how this never would have happened if it'd been you, that you would have let that man in without an ID card.
What did he say to that?
Oh, I wrote that down, too. Sergeant Carter will not go on liberty next weekend. He will report for MP duty, checking ID cards at the back gate all day Saturday and Sunday. I think that's Sunday. Must be Sunday. It's got a big curly letter in front. Has to be an S. Like I said, my handwriting's so poor.
This is ridiculous. It's like riding on a yo-yo.
If we don't get to that island we're supposed to take pretty soon, we'll be finishing these war games in sickbay.
Hey, where's Gomer?
He's probably up on the deck leaning over the rail. That poor country boy's never been on a ship in his life.
Hey, fellas. Boy, that ocean's sure rough out there today.
Oh, Gomer, we were just... What's that smell?
Must be a garlic pickle. I was just down in the kitchen to get a snack, and they got all kinds of food left over. I wonder why.
Gomer, either swallow that thing fast or get out of here.
Are you feeling poorly, dear? That's a shame. Actually, if you got the miseries, garlic pickle would be good for you. You don't know why? count of garlic's a herb, and herbs is generally very good for you. Did you know that?
No, I'll remember it.
Did you know that herbs is generally good for you?
All right, you people, everybody topside. It's our turn to get the deck ship shape. Now, I want everybody... What's that smell? Pyle, what are you eating?
Garlic pickle. It's real fresh and crispy on bite.
No. All right, out of them bunks.
They're feeling poorly today, Sergeant.
Well, I'm real sorry to hear about that. I would have arranged a smoother trip, but there was no more space left on the Queen Mary. Come on, move it, move it. I said move it. Move, 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 move. Out, 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 out.
I sure hate to see them suffer, though. I'm glad you're all right, though. But I suppose you made so many of these trips that you're used to it. Sure you don't want to bite?
No.
On account of garlic is a herb, and herbs is good for you. But I don't guess you got a use for a garlic pickle, have you, Sergeant?
No, get out of here. Come on, push them ups like you meant it. Get a little muscle behind it. Come on, move it. Move, 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 move.
Rub-a-dub-dub, Marines in a tub. Rub-a-dub-dub, Marines in a tub. Rub-a-dub-dub. I'm sorry. I was just trying to cheer you up.
Hey, what's this? What's this? Your men don't seem to have their hearts in their work today, Sergeant. What's the matter? The nasty waves too much for them?
There ain't nothing the matter with my men. They're all in perfect shape.
Yeah, I can see that. They're all a nice, healthy shade of green. Kind of an aqua. Aquamarines. Hey, aquamarines. I just made that up.
Funny.
I didn't stop by to chat. You wanted down the briefing room.
Okay. All right, you people. I don't want nobody going below until this deck is spotless. You hear me? Carry on.
Aquamarines.
This is where we hit the beach in this exercise. We'll be making the landing operations at 0700 tomorrow morning. However, before we move in, I want the island reconnoitered for troop displacement, strength, etc. Sergeant Carter, I'd like you to lead the reconnaissance patrol.
Aye, aye, sir.
Take 3 men with you. We'll put you ashore just after dawn. We expect early morning fog, so you should have good concealment.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's vital that you get the information back to us as quickly as possible so we can make adjustments in our deployment. We have to make those landings no later than 0700.
That's right. A delay could be disastrous. There's been an enemy sub stalking our task force for days, and they've already recorded 6 kills. If we lose many more ships, we may not have enough of a force left to make the landing.
So you see the importance of speed, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. It'll be done, sir.
Simpson, you'll arrange for a boat for Sergeant Carter and his men.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's it. Good luck.
So they, picked you to be the big hero, huh? You think you can handle it?
Just get the boat, Navy. The Marines will take care of the rest.
You mean aquamarines?
So you can see how important this patrol is. It'll be like spearheading the whole invasion. Now, I could pick 3 men myself, but I'd rather have volunteers.
I'll volunteer, Sergeant.
Okay, men, who wants to go? Let's hear it.
I'll be glad to go.
Come on. I need 3 men. Okay, that's 1. Now, I need 2 more.
I'll go, Sergeant.
All right. Who else, huh?
Sarge, out.
Okay, Lombardi, you're in. Okay, now I need 1 more. Just 1 more.
I'll go.
Come on. 1 more.
I'll go.
Okay, that makes it 3. Now, I will want to get together with the 3 of you for a briefing session
It just ain't fair, Sergeant. It just ain't fair.
Kyle, are you talking to me?
Well, I don't mean to be disrespectful, sir, but I was the first person that raised my hand. I volunteered first. It just ain't fair that you won't take me.
Really? Well, for your information, this is a very important mission, and I gotta have men I can depend on.
You can depend on me, Sergeant, honest. Please let me go, please.
Knock it off, Pyle. I've got my 3 men. Hut!
As you were. Sergeant,
Yes, sir?
I need 9 of your men for the ammo detail tomorrow morning. They'll be loading ammo and explosives on the landing craft.
Aye, sir. You'll have them.
They report to me at 0600, sharp.
Aye, sir. Okay. Your men not going on a patrol, report to Lieutenant Wilson in the morning. Remember, that's a very delicate job, handling ammo and high explosives. 1 wrong move and you can blow up the whole ship. So work careful, watch your step, And, Pyle, I think you better come with me after all. I changed my mind, Pyle. You're going with me. You go on the ammo detail.
Oh, thank you, Sergeant Carter, thank you.
Pyle, you just better be on the ball, that's all.
Don't worry, Sergeant. I'll be a credit to the corps.
Now, we gotta pull this off, and we gotta pull it off without a hitch, and we gotta make it fast. We don't want our ships waiting out there like sitting ducks. You all heard about that enemy sub that's been scoring one kill after another? Well, we gotta make that landing before he can do any more damage. So you men going on the patrol, get your gear and ammo together, get your weapons clean. I'll see you again before we go in.
Sergeant Carter?
Yeah?
I just wanted to tell you, you won't regret taking me along. Thanks to your fine training, I'm ready for action now. All the learning is over. From now on, it's gung-ho. And it's all because of you, Sergeant.
Okay, lower away. Well, like they say in all the war pictures, I wish I was going with you, Sergeant.
Why don't you go wash out a few things? Okay, let's go, men.
Oh, get 'em, Leatherneck. Easy does it, boys.
What are you doing, Pyle?
Just looking for a place to say it.
Well, find it and sit.
Yes, sir.
All right, get the oars out. What are you doing now, Pyle?
I was going to put my bayonet on the rifle. I want to be ready when we hit the beach.
There's plenty of time for that later. Put it back.
Yes, sir.
Hey, be careful. Those things got points on them. Did they tell you about that? Hey, watch out. It gets a little deeper around here. Watch out for the sharks, Sergeant. Seems we had a little accident, didn't we? Did we have to abandon ship?
All right, get below.
I sure am sorry, Sergeant, but it wasn't my fault. You see, the boat started to rock.
Don't talk, Pyle. Just don't talk. Now, what are you standing around for? Get below and get changed.
But, Sergeant...
Come on, move it. I said get below and get changed.
That's okay, Sergeant. We have a lot more boats. That's what we're here for. Get another boat.
Coming right up.
Sergeant, I did want to tell you how sorry I am, and I am sorry, but it was the funniest thing the way that bayonet just stuck into that rail.
Yeah, wasn't it, though? Look how I'm still laughing.
I can't blame you one bit for being angry. No, sir.
Will you knock it off, Pyle, and start changing? I don't want to hear no more about that bayonet or that raft. Now, get changed.
Right, Sergeant. Boy, Sergeant, you know that water sure is salty, ain't it?
Change!
All yours, Sergeant. If at first you don't succeed.
Come on, let's go. Get your foot off my head. Whatever you do, Pyle, don't touch that bayonet. Just leave it alone.
Oh, don't worry, Sergeant. There ain't a chance in the world that happening again. You see, I put my bayonet over here by my flare gun, and it'd be in...
It's my ammunition. You're supposed to use it, Sergeant. Hey, we're running out of bombs from it.
I knew it might be a bit of a problem making it to the beach, but I didn't think there'd be so much trouble getting started.
I'm sorry, sir.
We're losing precious time. How fast can we get another boat?
Just a few minutes, sir.
I trust this will be the last boat necessary.
Don't worry, sir. We'll make it this time.
Let's hope so.
Aye, sir. Let's get below.
All right, get another boat from the starboard side on a double.
Yeah, once again. Dick, let's go.
Well, I'm sure glad I didn't take a shower this morning, aren't you?
I sure am. Sorry, Sergeant, but I had no idea that safety was off, and I just...
I'll get you for this, Pyle. If it takes the rest of my days, I'll get you for this.
But I didn't do them things on purpose. I was just trying to...
Don't talk, Pyle. I don't want to hear your voice.
Yes, Sergeant.
I said I didn't want to hear your voice. Just change.
Yes, Sergeant.
I said don't talk, change.
Sergeant, Grandma Pyle used to always say, to err is human, to forgive divine. So if you just forgive me this time...
I'll forgive you, all right. You want to know how? You see this shirt? Well, that's you. Come on. All right, let's go. Well, come on, let's go.
Gomer isn't here yet, Sarge.
I said let's go. Move. Come on, move it. All right, start rowing.
But, Sergeant, are we going to wait for Gomer?
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Hey, Sergeant, wait for me.
Row!
Did you see that, boss? Right in the boat.
Where did I fail? Where? Aren't you ready yet? Come on, move it.
We're working as fast as we can, Sergeant.
We've already blown a half an hour. We're holding up the whole operation.
Sergeant Carter.
Don't talk, Pyle. Don't talk.
I just wanted to...
Do you know what I had to do just now? I had to beg the battalion commander not to replace me on this mission.
Well, I sure am sorry, Sergeant.
Don't talk, Pyle. Just don't talk. I had to beg him for another chance, and all because of one Marine. One Marine, and all he needed was a half an hour. A half an hour to mess up 15 years in the Marines. Anything I do from now on will be a comeback.
Ready, Sergeant.
All right, let's go. Come on, move it. 15 years. 15 years.
Okay, lower away.
Now that you've managed to delay long enough, the fog is beginning to roll in, so we have to make a slight change in plans. We sent up a plane to check and make sure that enemy sub isn't in the area. If it is, you'd be an easy target. And so would we. So just move out about 100 yards and wait for a signal from us before you proceed to the beach.
Aye, sir. And don't worry, sir. We'll make it this time.
I'll be grateful if you just make it away from the ship. Carry on.
Aye, sir. All right, move it.
What a shame. Without that Gomer boy, they might make it this time.
It's just possible.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait, hold everything. What's this?
What do you mean?
Look how sad that poor fella's about being left behind. Kind of gets you right here, you know. So maybe we could do a good deed and send him back to his owner.
What do you mean, Chief?
Pencil. Hey, Marine, come here. Pyle, that's your name, isn't it?
Yes, sir, Gomer Pyle.
Well, Pyle, I have a very important mission for you.
You do?
That's right. You see a sergeant out there with his patrol? You notice the way they've stopped?
Yes, sir. Something wrong?
No. It's all part of the big plan. Now, they can't proceed to the beach until they get a message from the high command.
You don't say.
And that message was just handed to me. Now, I want you to swim out there and give it to the sergeant personally.
You want me to swim?
That's right, but we don't want to use a boat and take a chance of attracting attention. I mean, this is top secret. You understand that, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Put it in a cellophane to keep it dry. Now, there. Now, you better get cracking. We haven't got a second to lose.
Yes, sir, and thank you, sir, for giving me this chance. It might help me get back in good with Sergeant Carter.
Wouldn't be at all surprised.
And don't worry, Sergeant Carter will get the message.
I'm sure he will.
Boy, they're sure taking their sweet time with that signal.
Take it easy. Blaine's probably still up there searching.
Hey, Sarge. Sarge, look. Look, there's something there in the water. Look.
It's a guy swimming.
Yeah, he seems to be coming this way. What would anybody be swimming out here for?
I don't know. Maybe it's one of those Navy frogmen.
Yeah, it could be, but why would he? No. It can't be. It can't be. No. It ain't really him. It's just one of them sea mirages. That's what happens when you're out in the ocean. You begin to see things that ain't really there.
Hey, Sergeant Carter. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Right out loud, Gomer. What are you doing out here?
All right, let's have it, Pyle, and make it good.
I got a really important message for you, Sergeant, from the High Command.
A message? What kind of message?
It's top secret. That's the reason the CPO sent me out here to give it to you personally.
The CPO sent you?
That's right. Here. That's a real good idea, Sergeant, destroying that secret message so the enemy can't see it.
I'll destroy that CPO. When I see him, I'll kill him. With my bare hands, I'll kill him.
What's the matter, Sergeant? He was only doing his duty. See, he got this message from the High Command.
Okay, Pyle. You brought me a message. Now I got a message for you to take back.
You have?
Yeah. Did you enjoy your little swim out here?
Sure did.
You think you can make it back all right?
Easy.
Well, just swim back to the ship.
Right, Sergeant. What's the message?
Tell that CPO to drop dead. Pyle, there's an enemy sub somewhere in this vicinity, probably staring at us at this very minute. Now, you're a Jane, so get out of this boat. Out.
But, Sergeant,
Sergeant, look!
That's the signal. We gotta get started. Out, Pyle, out.
Sergeant, I'm not a jinx. Honest, I'm not. And I'll make good if you just give me the chain.
Out.
Seems a lot colder than it did the first time.
Start swimming. You'll warm up.
Any sign of Gomer, Sergeant?
Huh?
Can you spot Gomer anywhere?
That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a submarine.
Say it. Sergeant, look what I found.
Pyle! Turn this thing about.
I can't see anything, sir. It's suddenly blacked out. It's impossible.
Pyle!
Sergeant Carter, this thing was sticking right up out of the water. What'd I do?
It's a periscope. He's landing on a periscope. Hang on, Pyle, hang on. It's a submarine. It's right under you.
Golly. I went and captured up the submarine.
I'll give you a hand, sir.
We went and captured us a submarine.
I'd like to commend each and every one of you for a job well done. I'd like to especially commend Sergeant Carter and his patrol for pulling off one of the most daring maneuvers ever recorded in training exercises. The Marine Corps has done much in its long and illustrious history, but never before has a sub been captured by a handful of Marines in a rubber boat. If that sub had been operating during the landings, it could have been a disaster. As it turned out, the operation was a huge success. Again, congratulations to all of you. Carry on.
Hey, Sergeant Carter, I bet you get a promotion out of this.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, I'll bet you do. Why, they might even make you one of the... Hey, there goes that nice CPO. Hey there! I've been looking all over for you. Where you been, anyhow? I wanted to thank you for picking me to take that message to Sergeant Carter. If you hadn't, I'd have missed all the excitement.
Oh, shut up.
You know, Gomer, I still just can't get that picture out of my mind. It was one of the most haunting love stories I think I ever saw.
It sure was. Boy, that Sandra D can really bring tears to your eyes.
I want to thank you again.
For what?
Well, for taking me to see it. I know that actually you prefer monster pictures and you were just going along to make me happy.
Oh, no, Luann. Fact is, a lot of the monster pictures have romance in them. You take King Kong. That had a lot of love in it.
It did?
Yeah, don't you remember when King Kong was terrorizing all of New York City? He had this real tender feeling for Fay Ray. Like when he'd hold her up in his hand, you could just see the gentle look in his eye.
That's right. She was the only one that he liked.
It was ill-fated, though. I mean, 100-foot gorilla and a 5-foot girl. It never would have worked out. Oh, looks like he got something here.
My goodness, it's a telegram. Oh, Gomer, the most wonderful news.
What is it?
Well, it's from my daddy. He's coming to visit me. Why, he'll be here tomorrow.
Well, that is a nice surprise, Luann.
It's been such a long time since I've seen him. I can't believe it. He's actually going to be here. Oh, Gomer, you've just got to come to dinner.
Well, thank you, Luann. I really am looking forward to meeting him. Listen, I better go. You probably got a million things to do.
That's right. He didn't give me much time, did he? Oh, Gomer, thank you for such a lovely evening.
Thank you. Golly. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Luann. Good night.
Gomer?
Yeah?
Whatever you do, don't let Daddy frighten you.
Frighten me?
He's a very strong-willed person and set in his ways, and if he doesn't like something, he just roars like a lion. But inside, he's really just as gentle as a little lamb.
Well, if he's your daddy, I'm sure he is.
Oh, he's gonna like you, Gomer. I just know he is.
Well, I sure hope so. Well, good night, Luann. See you tomorrow.
Give me some sugar.
You just look wonderful. I was so surprised when I got that telegram yesterday.
Well, I said to myself, it's about time I saw my little girl, so I took a couple of days off. Business can get along without me.
Oh, Daddy, I'm so glad you did. It's been too long.
Well, come here. Let me look at you.
Oh, Daddy.
Just what I thought you were. Wasting away.
Wasting away.
Wasting away to skin and bones. What's the matter? What have you been doing to yourself? Don't you eat anything anymore?
Oh, Daddy, I may have lost a pound or two since I left home, but that's all. Well, you know I never was a heavy one to begin with.
Well, you look much better back home. There you had a bloom to you. Now look at you. You're all skinny and pale.
Oh, I know you should have never come to the city. It's the air pollution.
I feel fine, Daddy. Honest, I do.
Oh, how can you live in a city with this air pollution? Now, back home in Turtle Creek, the air's fresh and clean and unpolluted.
I know, Daddy, but, well, how do you like my apartment?
Well, it's, okay, I guess. Sure had a much better room back home. There you had 3 big wide windows and a view
Daddy.
Okay, I'll shut my big mouth.
Well, come on. Let's not talk about me. I want to hear all about you. By the way, you just look marvelous.
Well, I've been keeping in shape playing touch football with Monroe.
Oh.
He's still quite a fullback, solid as he ever was. And he's a fine boy. A fine boy.
I know. Monroe always was very nice.
Then why in the name of heaven did you leave him standing at the altar? The star of the Carolina Aggies football team.
Daddy.
Right now, you could have been Mrs. Monroe Eford, living in a fine house high on a hill instead of in a dingy room in a city that's filled with air pollution.
Daddy, I didn't marry Monroe for a simple reason. I didn't love him.
Love? Love is just a matter of getting used to a person.
Well, that's not the kind of love I'm looking for.
Oh. This Gomer Pyle you've been writing home about? Is that the kind of love you're looking for?
So far, he's the only man that interests me, and I don't mind being considered his steady. Daddy, you're going to meet him in a little while. He's coming to have dinner with us. And I just know you're going to be crazy about him. Why, he's the nicest person I've ever known. Here's a picture of him. Ain't he handsome?
He's kind of weaselly. I think the air pollution got to him, too.
That's Gomer. Daddy, please, promise you'll be nice.
Hey, Luann.
Well, hi, Gomer. Goodness, what you got there?
These are for you.
Thank you. They're beautiful. Come on in. I want you to meet my daddy. Daddy, this is Gomer. Gomer, this is my daddy.
It's an honor to meet you, sir. Luann's told me a lot about you.
Aren't these lovely, Daddy? Well, I could have sworn they were real. Where'd you buy them, Gomer?
Oh, I didn't buy them. I made them myself.
You made them?
You make flowers?
Well, it was really my first try all by myself. The only other time was when Miss Freiberger taught me. That was during recess of my rug hooking class.
Rug hooking class?
Yes, sir. I used to go on Sunday afternoons. There's nothing like it for relaxing and forgetting the cares of the day. Not to mention the pretty rugs you end up with.
Well, you certainly are the handy one, Gomer. These are just precious. Why don't you two go ahead and get acquainted while I go find a vase for these?
Well, how was your trip, Mr. Povey?
Fine.
Smooth flight, was it?
Yeah, smooth.
How's everything back in North Carolina?
Fine. You hook rugs?
I haven't really made any since I quit going to class, but if somebody comes up to me and says, Gomer Pyle hooked me a rug, I'll know how.
These are just beautiful, Gomer. Just the right touch. I took the liberty of fixing you gentlemen a drink. Bourbon with just a splash of branch water, if I remember correctly.
You remember correctly.
And a root beer for you.
Well, golly, thank you kindly, Luann.
Root beer?
Yes, sir. Sometimes, though, I like to drink something harder. You know what my favorite hard drink is? Quinine water with a lime. Boy, that really has a kick to it. Well, cheers.
What did you do back home in Mayberry, Pyle?
I worked at a filling station.
Oh, your own gas station, was it?
Oh, no, sir, it was Wally's. That was the name of it, Wally's Gas Station. I was just one of the help.
Oh.
It was a real fine station. Imagine I'll go back to work there after I finish my hitch.
Back to the same job you had? Well, don't you want to improve yourself, move up in the world, become an executive?
Well, I'm afraid I'm not the executive type. And I'm ashamed to say I hadn't had that much education. I never did go to college.
Well, didn't you ever have any ambition to go? Maybe to play on a team? Win a letter?
Well, not everyone can go to college, Daddy. And not everyone can win a letter. Besides, working in a gas station is a very respectable occupation. If If it weren't for our gas station attendants, America's cars couldn't run.
Boy, you sure have a way with words, Luann. You know that.
I'll start clearing the table now and get us some more coffee.
Well, I'll help you.
Oh, no, Gomer, you don't have to.
I'm used to it. I do KP all the time.
Well, Daddy, will you excuse us for a few minutes?
Sure. Take your time. Operator, I want to place a person-to-person call to Turtle Creek, North Carolina. The number there is KL47451. And I want to speak to Mr. Monroe Eford. Yeah, the number here is 555-3427. And hurry, please, operator.
Oh, Gomer.
Yeah. Monroe? Yeah, this is your old touch football partner. Yeah, I'm in her place right now. Now, listen, I haven't got much time to talk. I just want to ask you one question. You still really care for my girl? Good. Then I'll tell you what you do. You grab the first plane out of there and you get here as fast as you can. To rope her and take her back, that's why. Because, man, you ain't got no competition at all. None at all. I just met this here Gomer Pyle, and he's nothing but a mouse. All you got to do is flick him aside. Listen, I can't talk anymore. You just get out here as quick as you can. You hear?
Oh, is everything all right, Daddy?
Oh, everything's fine. Just fine.
Could you get that, Daddy? It's Gomer. I'll be out in a minute.
All right. Hi, JR. Come on in here. Let's get... Oh, shh. Luann's just finished dressing. That boyfriend of hers will be here in just a minute.
Well, what's he coming for?
Because I invited him. Oh, don't you see? When Luann has a chance to compare the two of you side by side, she'll come to her senses and realize what she threw away.
Yeah. Hey, you're shrewd, JR, shrewd.
Evening, Gomer. I'm sorry, I'm... Monroe.
Hi, Luann.
Ain't this a surprise, gal? You could have knocked me over with a feather when I saw him standing at the door.
Well, it most certainly is a surprise, to say the least. What are you doing way out here in California all of a sudden?
Well, I got this call from, to come to this feed convention. That's what I come to town for, a big feed convention. And naturally, I couldn't pass through without stopping off to say hello. So, hello, Luann. Sure nice to see you again.
Ain't this something, honey? Monroe and I being in town at the same time.
Oh, these are for you, Luann.
That's Gomer.
Hey, Luann.
Hey, Gomer, come on in.
Oh, I didn't know you already had flowers.
Well, we have unexpected company.
Oh.
This is Monroe Eford. He just happened to drop in all the way from Turtle Creek.
Well, hey, Monroe Eford, the one you almost...
That's right.
I do.
You going to stay for dinner, aren't you, boy?
Well, now, sir, if I'm not intruding,
Oh, nonsense. I insist. Now, don't we, Luann?
Of course. I guess I better put these in some water.
Oh, well, might as well take mine, too.
Yeah, you can feed those to those.
Yeah, the folks back home sure miss you, Luann. Well, every time I walk into the country club, they always ask me if I've heard from you.
Well, that's very sweet, I'm sure.
If you were back home right now, you'd be the belle of the ball. Monroe here could really show you a time. He's very popular at the country clubs. Got the run of the whole place. Did you ever belong to a country club back home, Pyle?
No, sir. But whenever I used to go over to Mount Pilot, I used to always drop by the YMCA. They had everything there. Ping pong and shuffleboard and hot showers. And every other Friday night, they used to show nature slides.
Well, if nobody wants any more dessert or coffee, shall we all retire to the living room?
It's a good idea, girl. I could do it with a little stretching.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't know about you. I'm so full, I feel like a stuffed turkey.
Hey, you need a workout. Gee,
Oh! By the way, Pyle, did you ever have the chance to see Monroe when he was All-American with the Carolina Aggies?
No, sir. I'm sorry to say I didn't.
Well, you really missed a treat. He was the best fullback they ever had. Ain't that right, boy?
Yeah, I guess it was.
Boy, when they were down on the 5-yard line and they needed a touchdown, Monroe was the player they called for. Hey, ha! Hee, ha! Touchdown! Oh, man, he was really something. He made mincemeat out of that defensive line.
Daddy, I don't really think that Gomer's very interested in Monroe's football playing.
Oh, yeah, Luann. It's a real honor to meet an All-American in person.
Well, besides being All-American, he was a star weightlifter, too. Strong as a bull, that boy. Hey, Monroe, show him how easy it is for you to lift that chair without even straining yourself. Go ahead.
Daddy?
They don't want to see that.
Oh, go ahead. Go on.
Well, all right.
Oh, will you look at that? How he handles it, light as a feather. Oh, man, you are something else. Did you ever go in for athletics, son?
No, sir, not too much.
Well, not everybody's cut out for sports. They can be good at other things. You know what Pyle is good at? He makes beautiful paper flowers.
Daddy, can you give me a hand in the kitchen, please?
I'll help you, Luann.
I want Daddy to. All right, now, Daddy, you just cut that out.
What in the world are you talking
You
about?
know perfectly well what I'm talking about. The way you've been treating Gomer all evening. Making all those unfair comparisons. Oh, Monroe is so all-fired wonderful, and Gomer's just a nobody.
Well, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but that's about the size of it. All you got to do is take a look at them side by side, and you can see for yourself.
All I can see is a lot of meddling. Now, you called Monroe and told him to come out here, didn't you?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Come on, Daddy. I'm not a child any longer. I know there's no feed convention.
Well, doggone it, Luann. I was only trying to do it for your own good. Is that what you want to be stuck with the rest of your life in a jellyfish?
And I think that is my decision to make. Gomer may not be a big football star and drive a fancy car, and he may not belong to the country club, but he is the one I want.
He may be the one you want, but I'm not so sure that you're the one he wants.
What do you mean?
Well, it doesn't seem to me he's too upset about Monroe being here. Seems to me if a fellow really cared for a gal, he wouldn't stand there and take it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go back to our company.
Well, good night, Luann, and thanks for a wonderful dinner.
Yeah, Luann, it was delicious.
Goodbye, Monroe. And it was nice to see you again after all this time. You be sure and say hello to everybody back home now.
Well, you don't have to say goodbye just yet. I'm going to be in town a couple more days.
You are?
Yeah, that's right. And I got to thinking, since he's going to be here for such a quick visit, wouldn't it be nice if the two of you could catch dinner and a show tomorrow night?
Daddy.
Oh, for old time's sake. There's a good double bill showing at the theater right down the street.
Oh, no.
What?
I mean, well, that's the Bijou, and Luann and me have already seen that picture. But Thunder in the West, it's playing over at the Bay City, and Luann hadn't seen that.
But, Gomer, well, we have a date for tomorrow night.
Oh, well, you and Monroe are old friends, and it's only right you spend an evening together.
Well, I think that's downright friendly. Don't you, Luann?
Yes.
Well, fine, then. I'll pick you up about 7, okay?
Well, since I'm suddenly so available, why not?
Hello? Luann? It's me.
Well, hello, Gomer.
I was just calling about tonight. I wanted to know what time you'd like me to pick you up.
Tonight? Well, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I won't be able to make it.
But we had a date to go bowling. Has something else come up?
As a matter of fact, something has. I'm right in the middle of packing.
Packing?
Yes, I'm going back to Turtle Creek tonight with Daddy and Monroe.
You mean for a visit?
No, I'm going home to stay.
Stay? Well, golly, Luann. Well, ain't this kind of sudden? I mean, just picking up and leaving without so much as...
If you'll excuse me, I've got a million things to do. Goodbye, and thanks for everything. It's been nice knowing you, Gomer.
No, Luann. It's all for the best. You know that. I hated to do it to you this way, but I knew from the first time I set eyes on him he was nothing but a mouse. I just had to prove it to you. You saw how he wasn't even man enough to put up a fight for you. It's a good thing you found out about it right now.
Hey, Mr. Povey. I came to see Luann.
Oh?
Luann, can I talk to you a minute? Alone? Luann, can I ask you just one question? Why?
I have nothing to keep me here any longer. Or nobody. At least, nobody who cares.
Well, golly, Luann, I care.
Oh?
My heart just sank when you said you was going back home.
Well, then why didn't you say something? Or do something?
Well, I thought maybe you was beginning to feel for Monroe like you once did. And maybe you'd like to go back to that nice life you had back home. Having lots of friends and going to the country club. I could never give you anything like that.
Did I ever say I wanted that kind of life? Or did I ever say that I had any feelings for Monroe? Which I don't.
Well, then, for goodness sakes, why are you going?
'Cause I haven't heard you say, don't go.
Don't go.
Say it again.
Don't go, please.
That's all I wanted to hear. I'll go tell Daddy.
Wait a minute, Luann. If I'm the reason that you're going to be staying, then I expect I ought to be the one that ought to tell him.
All right.
Mr. Povey? Mr. Povey, sir?
Yeah, boy?
Mr. Povey, sir? Luann's not going home with you. She's going to stay here.
Who says?
She says, and, well, I'd like her to.
You?
Yes, sir, me. Mr. Povey, I hadn't had a chance to tell you how I feel about your daughter. Well, maybe Luann don't even know how I feel about her. So now's as good a time as any to tell you that as long as she stays here, I'm going to see that I provide her with the best kind of company. Maybe I can't take her to a country club dance in a fancy car. Best I can probably do is a movie and dinner at the Bluebird Cafe. But we really enjoy being with each other. And, well, all I can tell you is that you don't have to worry, 'cause as long as I'm around, she'll be well protected. Well, doggone it, Mr. Povey. What I'm trying to say is that I love your daughter.
Homer, what did you say?
I said I loved his daughter.
Well, we all ready to leave? I got a cab waiting.
Monroe, I'm beginning to think you just lost the ball by a fumble.
What?
I don't think Luann's going home with us.
What is this, some kind of joke? Come on, Luann.
I don't think you heard Mr. Povey, Monroe. Luann's staying here.
Huh? Well, but I thought...
Never mind, just get my suitcase, will you, son? Bye, honey. Bye, son. We should have talked up sooner. Could have saved Monroe here a trip.
What's this all about, JR? You still having
Come on, just get my suitcase. It's a long story. I'll tell you about it on the way to the
What's
airport.
going on around here? I'm about to start all over again.
I'll take your bag back to your room for you. Wow, Luann, you wasn't even planning to go. Hey, Luann.
Hey, Gomer.
These are for you.
More flowers. Gomer Pyle, you're gonna spoil me. I'll go put these in some water and then I'll be right back.
No rush, we got plenty of time. I was trying to lift up the chair like Monroe did.
Gomer, you don't have to prove anything to me. I like you because you're you. I wouldn't have you any other way.
I'm glad of that. Are you sure now, Luann?
Well, of course. I like you just the way you are.
Oh, well, fine. You don't know how good it makes me feel when you say things like that.
Want to see a menu?
No, ma'am. I know just what I want. Chocolate soda.
Make that 2.
And that's with chocolate syrup and chocolate ice cream.
Right.
You know, I've been meaning to come to this place for the longest kind of time. I hear they got real good sodas.
Look quick. What's the matter? Yeah, it's Bunny, Sergeant Carter's girl.
And she's not with Sergeant Carter.
Yeah, how about that? Shh.
Gee, I've really got to think it over. I'm just not sure.
Well, you can imagine I'd like to know as soon as possible.
Well, it's such an important decision. I mean, it's not the kind of thing a girl does too often.
Well, I'll tell you what. Take a day to think it over. I'll meet you tomorrow night, same time, same place, okay?
Okay.
Shh. Did you hear that, Duke? Did you hear it?
Yeah, looks like the sergeant's in for a little competition.
Poor Sergeant Carter. I wonder if he knows.
All right, you people, listen up and listen good. Corporal Boyle is going to take you physical recs for your daily dozen. And I don't want no dropouts. Is that clear? No dropouts. For once in your chubby little knock-kneed lives, you're going to do them exercises and do them right, or I'm going to know the reason why. Hey! What's the matter with you, Pyle? You got something to say?
Yes, I do, Sergeant. And it's this. There's just as good a fish in the sea as ever come out of it.
Or out! All right, Pyle, what is it now?
There are all kinds of fellers in this world, Sergeant, but a good man is hard to find. You think about that for a while. It ought to make you feel real good.
Wait a minute. All right, now what's with you, Pyle? You've been looking at me all day.
How?
Yeah, like I got one foot in the grave or something.
Oh, no, Sergeant, it's not nearly that bad.
Look, Pyle, you got something to say it.
Okay, I will. Women are like buses. If one goes past, there'll be another along in a little while.
Pyle! Get in here on the double. All right now, Pyle. I want to know what this is all about, and right now.
Well,
come on, this stupid nonsense has been going on long enough. Now let's hear it.
Well, I sure wished you wouldn't ask me, Sergeant.
I am asking you, Pyle. Let's have it.
Well, all right. But just remember one thing. The game's not over till the last man's out. And that other fella could be out, and you'd be back in just like that.
What other fella? What are you talking about?
I think I've said too much already.
No, you haven't. Now, you start at the beginning and fast.
Well, Sergeant,
you talk.
Well, it was last night at Tony's.
You mean that joint over on 4th Street?
That's the place. They got the best chocolate sodas in town there. A whole lot better than the Bluebird Cafe. I think it's 'cause they use twice as much syrup. Well, I'll see you, Sergeant.
Pyle, what happened at Tony's?
Well, right after Duke and me sat down and ordered, I happened to look up and I saw Miss Bunny and this other feller sitting over in the corner all by themselves.
Bunny? With what fella?
It's a real nice looking feller. Kind of blonde hair, wavy, and had a real nice smile, lots of teeth. Well, I'll see you, Sergeant.
Hold it. Lots of teeth and what? And what?
Well, like I was saying, there they was sitting all scrunched up next to each other, talking real serious-like.
Yeah? About what? You happen to hear?
I did hear 'em plan to meet again tonight, same place, same time, and she said she'd give 'em her answer then.
An answer, huh?
I sure am sorry, Sergeant, that I had to be the one to tell you this.
Forget it.
You mean you're not upset?
Not at all.
Well, how come?
How come? Because Bunny and me don't have any secrets from each other. None whatsoever, in any shape, size, or form. You got that?
Right, Sergeant, if you say so.
All right, you get back to your duties and keep your nose where it belongs.
Right. And, Sergeant, I sure am sorry I was the one that had to tell you Miss Bunny was stepping out on you.
Out!
What do you make of it, Vince? You really think Pyle saw Bunny out with this guy?
Who cares? Either way, I'm not about to lose any sleep over it.
I gotta say, you don't seem very concerned about it.
Well, you know Pyle and that imagination of his, no telling what he saw.
Hey, isn't this where Pyle...
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Well, Pyle said they were coming back here again tonight, and I just want to give them the benefit of the doubt, that's all. You know, so I got all the facts when I settle his hash for good.
Well, shall we?
No, over here. Around this way. We don't want to sit down and order. It'll be a lot quicker this way.
What do you see, Vince?
Just like I thought. Looks like we wasted a lot of time.
No Romeo and Juliet, huh?
Didn't I tell you? I never believed it right from the beginning.
So I see.
Yeah, that Pyle. You know what he is? A big-mouth old lady. Gomer the gossip. I'll tell you something else. When I get my hands on him...
Vince, come here.
Hmm?
Look over there in the corner.
It's true.
Sure looks that way, doesn't it?
It's true, just like Pyle said. Wavy hair. Big smile. Lots of teeth.
Looks like he's giving us something.
So he gave her a present. Big deal. Come on, let's get out of here.
Vince, don't you think you ought to go in there and find out what it's about?
What for?
Well, maybe there's a good explanation.
You mean walk in and just stand there? While Bunny says, I'm sorry, Vince. I've been so busy I didn't have time to write you a Dear John letter. That would make a nice scene. I'd have so much egg on my face I wouldn't eat breakfast for a week.
Okay, so don't go in. Play it your own way.
Yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play it my own way. What Bunny don't know is that two can play at this game. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys after chow 1300. Hit!
Hey, Sarge, telephone.
Yeah, who is it?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Oh, it is it? Well, what do you know about that? And I know just what she wants. Hello? Oh, hi, Bunny. How are you?
Listen, Vince, I'm sorry I had to break our date last night, but...
Oh, that's all right, Bunny. No problem. What did you have to do, anyway?
Oh, you know, same old thing. My boss wanted me to stay in, work overtime again.
Had to work, huh? Oh, well, I guess you got no complaints. I mean, from what you tell me, he's a real jewel of a guy. You know, with all them little fringe benefits, huh?
I knew you'd understand, Vince. But listen, I can make it tonight for sure, if you're free.
Oh, what a shame. Wouldn't you know? I gotta work tonight.
Oh, that is a shame.
Yeah?
Well, I haven't seen you in a little while, and we got things to talk about, and...
Yeah. Well, maybe another night. Huh? Sure thing, Bunny. We'll be talking. Sure. Real soon. Bye. Sure we will.
What's this about having to work tonight?
Yeah. I got a real big job lined up. A real big job. By the name of Shirley Sokolic.
Hey, you really are playing the game, aren't you?
You bet you're sweet. Hey, is that you, Shirley? Vince Carter. Yeah. Hiya, babe. How are things in the bakery? I'll bet you're just rolling in dough, right? Can you talk? Good. I just want to know if you still remember our little date for tonight. Oh, good. Huh? Yeah, well, you're real cute, too. I'll say. Right down to the dimples. Okay, doll. Just leave everything to old Vince. Kiss.
I don't get it.
What? What don't you get?
If Bunny calls to tell you that she's free, what are you making another date for?
Do you know what Bunny called for? Do you have any idea why she wants this date tonight? It's kiss-off time. She wants to tell me how sorry she is, but... Well, I'm not letting her have the satisfaction. No, sir.
You sure, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure. And you know what else I'm sure of? There are a lot of good fish in the sea. And a good man is hard to find. And something else. Revenge is sweet. And with a little help from Pyle, it's going to be sweeter and sweeter. Hey, Pyle. Wait a minute. Wait up. Hey, Pyle, could you do me a favor?
Well, sure, Sergeant. Be glad to.
You got anything on tonight?
No, I was just going into town and returning some library books.
Good. I'll tell you why, Pyle. I just got a call from Bunny.
You got a call? You got a call? Well, hallelujah.
Anyway, she's free tonight.
I just knew it, Sergeant. I just knew it. It was a matter of time, Sergeant. Just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled, Sergeant. I am thrilled.
Yeah, well, so am I. But the only trouble is I've got a problem. Bunny's free tonight, but I'm not. I gotta stay and work.
Oh, that's a shame, Sergeant.
Yeah, it just breaks my heart to think of Bunny sitting at home alone all night.
I don't know what you mean.
Which is where you come in, Pyle. That is, if you're willing to lend me a helping hand.
Oh, anything, Sergeant, anything at all. You just name it.
Good. I knew I could depend on you. Now, here's $10. I want you to take Bunny out tonight and show her the time she deserves, okay?
Well, it'd be an honor, Sergeant. It'd be an honor looking after Miss Bunny for a person as unselfish as you are.
Thanks, Pyle. And don't spare the horses. Treat her like a queen. Hey, what's today? Wednesday? That means broiled lamb chops. Perfect.
Beg your pardon?
The Blue Plate special at the Bluebird Cafe. It's broiled lamb chops, and Bunny's just crazy about them. Especially the way the Bluebird fixes them up in them cute little pants.
That's right, they do. Blue for men and pink for the ladies.
Oh, by the way, I'm so far behind schedule, you better call Bunny and set it up yourself. Say around 8 o'clock. That way she'll have plenty of time to get ready.
Well, sure, Sergeant. I'd be glad to.
Thanks, Pyle. You're a real buddy, you know that?
Don't you worry, Sergeant. I'll take real good care of Miss Bunny for you. You can count on me.
Yeah. Well, so long, Pyle, and have a good time, huh? Don't forget, broiled lamb chops at the Bluebird.
And, Sergeant?
Yeah?
You can bet we'll both be thinking about you tonight, 'cause it ain't easy to forget somebody that's 9 feet tall like you are.
Yeah.
I still say this wasn't necessary, Gomer. I had sewing to do and a lot of ironing and...
I know, Miss Bunny, but Sergeant Carter just didn't think it was fair for you to have to stay home alone just 'cause he was busy.
Ah, that's Vince for you, the big teddy bear.
I sure am glad you feel that way. Oh, this for you.
Gosh, Vince, it's really been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, too long. What I want to know is if you're still as ticklish as you used to be.
Don't even talk about it.
You mean like this? You're should know, baby doll. You should know.
Hey, Sergeant.
What do you want, Pyle?
Sergeant, you remember you said you had to work tonight?
That's right, so?
So, I took Miss Bunny to the Bluebird Cafe like you suggested. The only trouble was that we saw you there. Miss Bunny and I saw you there with a lady friend.
Okay, Pyle, okay, I'll level with you. If anybody's entitled to the facts, you are.
Huh?
Pyle, you saw me there with another dame tonight, all right? On purpose. You want to know why?
Yes, sir, if you want to tell me.
Because you were right about Bunny and that wavy-haired, pearly-toothed friend of hers. I saw them meeting last night at Tony's, just like you said they'd be. And you want to know what else I saw? I saw him giving her some kind of jewel box, the kind that rings come in.
And she took it?
You bet your sweet life she took it. And I wasn't just seeing things either. You can check with Boyle. He was with me.
Well, why in the world would she do a thing like that?
I don't know. But I'll tell you this much. I ain't about to be nobody's patsy.
I just don't understand it, Sergeant. I just don't understand it.
Believe me, Pyle, I had to do it to show her she ain't the only mackerel in the sea. You understand, don't you?
Yes, sir. It's just that I feel so bad for both of you.
Yeah, well, that's life, I guess. You think you got no secrets to somebody and whammo. Well, I'll tell you something. No one dame's gonna make me walk the gangplank. What do they say? C'est la vie? It means don't bother holding your breath, just live it up. And that's what I'm gonna do from here on in, just live it up. Let's face it, Pyle, the bushes are full of bunnies.
Well, I guess I better go, Sergeant. And good luck to you with your c'est la vie. I sure am sorry we saw that picture show, Duke. It reminded me so much of Sergeant Carter and Miss Bunny, especially the part where that trapper got that Dear John letter right out of the blue.
Come on, Gomer, will you knock it off about the sergeant? You want to spoil my appetite?
For shame, Duke. You know you don't mean that.
You're right. Right now, nothing could spoil my appetite.
Duke, it's just like it was last time. Did you see that, Duke? Did you see that?
Yeah, so? Hey, where you going?
I've got to find Sergeant Carter and I haven't got a minute to lose. I know he's around here somewheres. I think I know where. Well, there's for the water I drank.
I'll tell you something else. I've been in too many tight spots to let one dame wrap me up. You gotta play it so that they never get the feeling they own you. Because once they think they own you, you're dead. Right, Johnny?
You want another beer?
You look like a guy with some understanding. What do you think? Are they trouble or are they trouble?
Sergeant Carter.
Huh?
Wait till you hear. Just wait till you hear.
Huh? Wait till I hear what?
I just saw Miss Bunny.
So you saw Bunny. Big deal. What do you want, a medal?
But you don't understand, Sergeant. She was with that other fella.
Oh, swell. That's just swell, Pyle. It's not enough that the wound is still open. You gotta come around and rub salt in it.
But that's not the best part, Sergeant. The ring you saw, well, Miss Bunny was giving it back to him.
Huh?
It's true. Duke and me went into Tony's a while ago, and there was Miss Bunny giving it back to him.
Really? Oh, well, that's nice.
And she was as sad as could be, Sergeant, just as sad as could be.
How about that?
I just knew it'd work out. I just knew it.
Yeah, well, it figured, didn't it?
Well, Sergeant, are you just gonna sit there?
Why not? If Bunny wants to call me, she knows my number at the duty hut. If she wants back in, let her come to me.
No, Sergeant, no.
Ah, come on, Pyle. You gotta admit she's got a lot of explaining to do. A lot of explaining.
That's not the way, Sergeant. That's not the way at all. The human thing to do would be to make up with Miss Bunny right now while she's feeling low.
Really? Well, I felt pretty low myself once upon a time, remember? Oh, you should have seen me.
But, Sergeant, you could show what a big person you are if you'd go to Miss Bunny right now while she probably needs you. You know what they say, to err is human, and I just know that you're the kind that'll forgive.
Yeah, maybe you got a point. Now that she's learned her lesson, no use turning the knife. There's one thing about me, I'm no sadist. So long, Charlie. It looks like the worm has turned. You see, it all works out in the wash, don't it? How about dames, I mean? You just can't figure them, right?
I just know she's home, Sergeant. One look at her face and you could tell she was going to rush right home.
Okay, Pyle. You set it up, but I'll stay out of sight until just the right moment. You know, really give her a kick, huh?
Right, Sergeant. She's home, all right.
Gomer.
Hey, Miss Bunny.
Gomer, what are you doing here?
I've got good news for you, Miss Bunny. I just saw Sergeant Carter, and guess what? He's willing to forgive and forget.
He's willing to forgive and forget. Is that what you said?
That's right. You see, I saw what happened at Tony's tonight, and when I told Sergeant Carter that you'd busted up with that fella you sweet on...
What fella?
See, there's just like I told Sergeant Carter. He's plumb out of your mind already, hardly more than an hour after you give his ring back to him.
Ring? You mean you...
Sergeant Carter knew all about it. He saw you accepting it through the window of the restaurant the other night. That's the reason he went out with that Miss Shirley. But that's all over now.
Oh, so that's it, huh? And you say your dear, sweet, understanding sergeant is ready to forgive and forget. Well, that's just peachy. But you can go back and tell him I'm not the slightest bit interested, not the slightest bit.
Ma'am?
Gomer, do you know who that man was you two have been seeing me with, do you? That was Herman Hadler of Hadler Jewelers. He was nice enough to meet me at night because I couldn't get off from work. And do you know why? Because I wanted to get Vince something nice for his birthday instead of the usual aftershave cologne. Something real nice, like a $75 star sapphire ring. Oh, but I couldn't give it back to Mr. Hadler fast enough after what your sweet sergeant did to me. So you can just tell him for me I don't want to see him today, tomorrow, or forever. Now, goodbye.
Pyle, did anybody ever tell you you got a big mouth? Are you sure, Pyle? You sure Bunny said you'd be here?
On your birthday, Sergeant? Why, Miss Bunny wouldn't miss that for the world.
Well, yeah, I know, but considering what happened, you know, the way she hit the ceiling.
Believe me, Sergeant, you don't have a thing to worry about. When I took the liberty to call Miss Bunny and invite her down here, I told her the whole story. I told her how everything was my fault from the beginning. Every single thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's only fair now that you mention it.
So mark my words, Sergeant, Miss Bunny will be here. Golly. Just look for yourself, Sergeant. Just look for yourself.
Ah, you made it, baby. Honest to gosh, made it.
Well, you knew I couldn't stay away. Not after Gomer called and explained, right, Gomer?
Yes, ma'am. Weren't you going to sit down or nothing?
Yeah, why don't we all sit down, huh?
Happy birthday, Vince.
Oh, Bunny, you shouldn't have. Considering the jerk I made out of myself.
So I should have my head examined. Go on, take it.
Well, give me a little hint first, huh?
No.
Oh, come on, just one. Like, is it bigger or smaller than my pinky?
Happy birthday, Vince.
I got you something too, Sergeant.
Oh. Shaving cologne?
Ooh, I got the very same thing. If I'd known you was gonna get that, we could have gone in together and gotten him a half-gallon size. That's right. Oh.
Oh, that's sweet. That's really nice.
Okay, Gomer. Who's the letter from?
Huh?
Who's the letter from? Blonde, brunette, or redhead?
Gray.
What?
It's from my grandpa.
Grandpa?
Grandpa Pyle. My grandpa on my daddy's side. And you know what? He's coming here in his trailer and everything just to see me. You see, he travels around in a trailer. Listen to this. When I stopped at Mayberry, they said my favorite fishing partner was in the Marines. Fishing wasn't the same. I couldn't look a worm in the face without thinking of you. Ha ha.
You and your grandpa are really close, huh?
Closer than two front teeth. Grandpa and me, we done a lot of hunting and fishing and talking together. I learned a lot from Grandpa. He knows just about everything there is to know. And you know something else? He was a cavalry sergeant in World War I.
Cavalry sergeant, huh?
In the U.S. Army. Listen to this. So you joined the Marine Corps. I thought I learned you better. Ha ha. The Doughboys used to have a joke about the Marines, but I won't tell it to you as your mama wouldn't like me to. Anyway.
All right, men. Fall into the rear of the barracks on the double.
Hey, Sergeant, I just got me a letter from my grandpa.
Swell.
He's coming here to visit.
Good.
Bless his heart.
Pile full in. At ease. All right. Listen up. Now, battalion headquarters has decided that we should find out if any of you are potential non-com or officer material. If they had just asked me, I could have told them. But they decided that you should have a chance to lead this squad, to see if you can take over my job. So for the next few days, that will be our project. Each man will get a chance to lead this squad in close order drill, and I will be observing. We'll proceed alphabetically. Abrams, we'll start with you. Squad, take head! Abrams, front and center.
Nice feller, Abrams. He writes home regular, but he ain't no Sergeant Carter.
Quiet the ranks! Take charge of the squad. Right! Height! Forward! Halt! 1, 2, 3, 4. On the right flank, halt! On the right flank, halt! On the right flank, halt! 1, halt! Not bad, Abrams. Not bad at all. Fall in. Next man, Bronson. Front and center.
He ain't no Sergeant Carter neither.
Quiet in the ranks.
Hey, Sergeant, can I see you a minute?
What do you want, Pyle?
Well, sir, I'd like to talk to you about my turn at leading the squad.
What's to talk about? I told you it was alphabetical. You get your turn when the P's come up. What's your hurry? Get back to your quarters.
No, Sergeant, that ain't it at all.
What is it, then?
Well, I just soon not have a turn.
Huh?
I just soon not have a turn at leading the squad.
Just like that, you just soon not have a turn.
Well, it ain't that I don't want to do it. I do, but I'm afraid I'll disappoint you, and then I'll feel just awful.
Will you really?
So even though I do want to do it, I don't think I should do it, because the way I do it, I'm sure to be doing it the way you don't want it done.
What?
I said that even though I do want to do it.
Never mind. Pyle, we are talking about a battalion order, not ladies' choice at a dancing academy. Every man in this platoon will, repeat, will, drill his squad in close order drill. You are in this platoon. You will take your turn when it comes up.
Well, I'd like to, Sergeant, but I just...
Pyle, do you know the reason for this program? It's to train you to take over. Now, what if something happened to me in combat? Who would take over?
Golly, Sergeant, if something happened to you, I just wouldn't want to go on.
Well, isn't that touching?
See, Sergeant, the reason that I'm begging off is, well, I just don't think I got them qualities of leadership. Now, followership, that's something else. I follow real good.
That's enough. You'll take your turn in this new program just like everybody else.
Yes, Sergeant. I sure follow better than I lead. Even when we used to go hunting up like that.
Katie, you're the only girl that I adore. Oh, when I'm a moonshine. Come in.
Hey, Grandpa, guess who?
Gomer! Come in here, boy. Come in here, boy. Come in here. Good night, our life. Oh, Lordy. Let me take a look at you. Let me take a look at you. Still growing. You 6 foot?
Uh-huh.
You look 6 foot. Hey, what you got in there? A anvil?
Well, you know what to say, Grandpa. The Marine Corps builds men.
You got a weekend pass, ain't you?
Yep, I got the whole weekend.
Good. You sure growed up nice and tall.
I'm 6 foot.
You look 6 foot. Hey, Gomer, got a present for you. Right over there on the couch. That's for you.
Oh. Sweet dreams from the Grand Canyon. Ain't that pretty? Oh, and it's got a picture of it, too.
Yeah, I was there a couple of weeks ago. It's a big ditch, son.
Sure is pretty, Grandpa. Thank you. It's real thoughtful of you.
Oh, it ain't nothing. Just settle down and get to talking about that there Marine Corps you in. How you getting along?
Well, tolerable, just tolerable. Today wasn't a very good day.
Why? What happened?
Well, we got this new program where each man gets to close order drill the squad. What they're doing is they're looking out for fellers that could take over in case they had to.
Good, good. What's the problem?
Well, I ain't got no leadership to display.
What?
True, Grandpa.
For goodness sakes. Gomer, the Pyles has been known as leaders for generations.
Well, not me. I just couldn't get out there in front of all them men and pretend I'm the sergeant.
Tell me one thing. Would you like to be able to do it?
Sure. I'd like to more than anything. But I know I can't. I just ain't got the beller for it.
Gomer, stop talking like that. It ain't befitting a Pyle. I'll show you how to beller out them orders.
Grandpa, I don't know. I just can't start
Son,
doing...
it's easy. You gotta make it come from down here. Now listen. Prepare to mount. Now. Come on, get up, try it. Get up now and try it. Go on.
Prepare to mount. Mount.
Little lower now. Little lower. Draw sabers.
Draw sabers.
Little lower. Little lower. Bugler, blow, charge.
Bugler, blow, charge. See, don't that sound just awful?
No, it don't. It's just that, well, you need a little practice before you can practice. Tell you what, we'll work on it over the weekend. I'll get you some people to drill with.
Who would you get?
Well, I'll get well, I don't know, but I'll get you some people now. You can do it, son. Oh, you can too, a big boy like you, 6 foot. You're 6 foot, ain't you?
Uh-huh.
You look 6 foot.
Grandpa, I don't know about this.
Go on, boy. You can do it. Try it. Go on. They're waiting for you. Put them through their faces.
Squad, attention. That means attention. Y'all all got to stand up straight. Left, face. No. Everybody's got to turn this way. That's right. Forward. March. No, that means y'all all got to move out in that direction. That way. Come in here. Everybody, come back over here. Everybody get back over here and stand here.
You know what's the matter? You're too easy on them. Now, them troops you're gonna drill are just like these kids here. You gotta show them who's boss. Watch. All right, straighten up them ranks there. You down there, get that smile off your face. Suck in your stomach. Stand up straight. I'm talking to you. Pay attention to me. You hear me? Hey, come back here. Come back here.
You bellered so loud, Grandpa, you scared the troops clean off.
Well, at least they know they've been bellered at. And you can do it too, boy.
I sure tried, Grandpa.
You can do it too. You're a big boy. You're 6 foot, ain't you?
Uh-huh.
You look 6 foot. Better get back in the trailer. Forward! Catch! Forward! Help! Help! Hold your lil! Hey, lil! Left flag! Here! To the right flag! Here! Help your blip! Here! Forward!
Golly, Duke. You sure can beller. I wish I could do that, but I know I messed it up.
You gotta stop worrying about it, kid.
All right, all out, close order drill. That means you too, Pyle. Especially you.
Come on, Gomer, you can do it. Come on.
1, 2, right, hey.
Oliver, that was good. That was real good. Of course, you ain't me, but then who is? All in. At ease. Now, let's see who we're down to. Pyle. Front and center. Take charge of the squad.
was just as scared as you are.
Oh, that couldn't be, Grandpa.
Oh, yes. Until my daddy gave me this. He said, as long as you have that, you'll be a leader. And I carried it, and I was. That little emblem right there.
You mean it's magical like?
Well, that's one way to describe it. Put it in your pocket. Now, recollect, son, that ain't no ordinary piece of metal you got there. When that was attached to your great-grandpa's saddle, he was fighting his way up San Juan Hill, yard by yard, fighting like a man inspired. Colonel Teddy turned to him. He said, "Pal, you're fighting like a man inspired." That's what he said. Bullets was a-flying every which way. Men was turning back, but not your great-grandpa. And when the smoke of battle cleared, there he was, planting Old Glory smack on top of San Juan Hill. And that little emblem you got in your pocket was with him every step of the way. Now, can you tell me that having that emblem don't make you feel no difference? Don't you feel about 10 foot tall?
I do, Grandpa. I declare I do.
You look 10 foot. Try a couple of commands.
Squad to hut. Right. Hey,
did you hear that, Grandpa? I sure did, boy. You know, with that in your pocket, when you get out there to drill them troops, you'll make that Sergeant Carter look like a recruit. Right. What's the matter, son?
Just happened to think, Grandpa, you only get one chance at leading the squad, and I've already had mine.
Well, don't you worry. You'll get a second chance.
But how?
Well, I don't know, but things has a way of happening to folks that has that emblem.
Have?
Yes, sir.
Come in. Come in, sir. What can I do for you?
I'd like to talk to you, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. Let me get you a chair.
No need to get a chair. I'll just stand.
Well, I just thought you'd be more comfortable.
The only time I'm more comfortable sitting down, Sergeant, is on a horse. You can sit down if you're tired.
No, I'm not tired.
You spend quite a lot of time behind the desk, don't you, Sergeant?
Not any more than most. I mean...
You know, it's funny. You're shorter than I figured you'd be. How tall are you?
Huh?
You 6 foot?
No, I'm...
You don't look 6 foot. Of course, you make up for it by being bigger around the waist.
I always keep myself in perfect physical condition.
In my days, sergeants was tough as hardtack. Of course, you're in pretty good shape. For the shape you're in.
Look, would you mind telling me what you want to talk to me about? And I didn't get the name.
Pyle. Sergeant Otis Pyle, U.S. Cavalry, retired.
Pyle? You mean...
Gomer's grandpa, that's right. You know, the reason I come over to talk to you, Sergeant, after hearing Gomer talk, I decided you was the brightest non-com around. And now that I've met you, I'm sure of it.
Huh?
The way you keep them young fellers from having a chance to take over is a work of genius.
What? Now, wait a minute. I give him a chance right now with conducting leadership tests.
Oh, gosh.
What?
You see, old Army game, you give them one chance. And if you see they're beginning to catch on, you slam the door. Huh? Is that it?
Beginning to catch... Look, that grandson of yours, he had his chance, and you know what he did? He blew it.
Of course he did. And not giving him a second chance is a smart way to play it.
Now, just a minute.
You might be a little soft around the middle, but not up where it counts.
Your grandson will get a second chance. Tomorrow is an inspection day. The men will have their rifles. He will really get a chance. And it will be a pleasure to see what he does with it. A real pleasure. And it will also be a pleasure to have you as my personal guest, Mr. Pyle.
Sergeant Pyle, U.S. Cavalry, retired.
Pyle, front and center. All right, Private. They're all yours.
Swap. Ten hut. Right. Hey.
Hurry it up, Pyle.
Right shoulder. Forward. Forward. March. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the rear. March. Left shoulder. Forward. Hey, wait. To the rear. March. One, halt. Forward. Halt. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the right. Punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the right flank. Punch. On the left flank. Punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gosh, Grandpa, I can't thank you enough for all you done for me.
I just done what one good soldier would do for another.
Well, I don't know. If you hadn't brought Great-Granddaddy's good luck piece for me, it sure done the trick.
You think that emblem was what done it, huh?
Of course it was, Grandpa.
Well, I don't know about that. Come over here, Gomer. Let me have it.
Ain't you gonna let me carry it in my pocket no more?
Yeah, he won't be needing it no more. Let's put it back where it belongs.
Shazam!
That's right. Now that you know what you can do, you won't be lacking confidence no more.
Then it wasn't Great-Granddaddy's emblem that made me do it at all.
No, and it wasn't some dinkus off a refrigerator door, neither. Just recollect, son. It ain't what you got in your pocket that counts. It's what you got in there.
Hey, Dee, looky here. It's a letter from Grandpa.
Good.
You won't read it?
No.
Then I'll read it to you. Dear grandson, it was sure good to visit you at the Marine Corps base. I am glad I got to meet your sergeant. Always remember, boy, there is one man who will always stand behind you no matter what, and who will help you with your problems no matter how big or small. And that man is me, your grandpa. As for your fat-headed sergeant, just follow his loudmouth orders and you will be all right. I hope to come back in a few weeks and see how you are doing. Hey, Sergeant. Letter from Grandpa. You want to read it?
Why not?
Hey, Sergeant. I was just passing by outside and I looked in the window and I said to myself, that looks like Sergeant Carter. And you know what?
What?
It was you.
Sit down, Pyle.
You really want me to?
Why not?
I was on my way back to the base. I just seen a fine double feature. Both of them was ice skating pictures with that Vera Haruba Ralston. You know, I wished I could see more of her pictures. She acts real good.
Vera.
I was on my way back to the bus, and I looked in the window and I said to myself,
You know something, Pyle?
What, Sergeant?
That's the story of our lives. Old movies. Cup of coffee and a joint like this, and then back to the base.
Yeah. And I sure do love it, too.
Wait till you've been in 14 years. Wait till the glamour's worn off and the shine on the brass buttons. Wait till you see the fellas in the pinstripe suits getting all the girls.
Well, I don't know any girl that wouldn't be proud to go out with you, Sergeant.
Well, I do. Tonight I had a date with a beast. A beast. I hated myself for it. And she stood me up.
Well, good thing I come along, huh?
It ain't me, Pyle. It's the uniform. Women go for the big spenders. The insurance salesmen, the druggists, the butchers.
Oh, you're wrong, Sergeant. Well, I know
I'm
girls...
right, and I had it up to here. Pyle, I'm getting out.
Do you feel all right, Sergeant?
My enlistment's up in 3 days, and I'm not signing on again. That's it, period. No more Marines, through.
Well, you just plain can't do that, Sergeant.
Can't I? Pyle, I've had an offer. The Anaheim Police Department, motorcycle officer. Of course, it's just a 3-wheeler at first, but I can work my way up. And nobody, Pyle, nobody stands up a motorcycle officer.
Sorry, Sergeant, but the men ain't gonna stand for that.
What man? Platoon? That bunch of goof-offs. You think they care?
Well, Sergeant, you've been with us ever since boot camp. I don't know how we'd get along without you.
Ah, come on. I'm just a loud voice that yells at you. That's all.
You come on back to the base with me, Sergeant, and I'll prove you're wrong. Wait till the men hear. You will see.
And they want me to stay? Knock it off.
Come on. Let me prove it to you. Come on back with me.
No, go on.
Come on, Sergeant, please. Just let me show you how the news that you're going to leave is going to affect them.
Well?
I'll prove it. Do you remember what you said back when we was just recruits? How you was going to be our mama and our daddy? Why, you're one of the family. You can't leave us. The men would feel terrible. Now, you wait right here, Sergeant, till I tell them, and you're going to hear how bad they going to feel about it.
Look, Pyle, wait until morning. They're all asleep.
No, Sergeant, they'd never forgive me. Now, you just hold the door open right here. Hey, everybody.
Gomer,
I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have something really important to tell you. Some mighty sad news. You know, Sergeant Carter's enlistment's up in 3 days, and, well, he says he's going to quit us and go back to civilian life.
Knock it off! So you're glad to be rid of me, huh? Well, not half as glad as I am to stop playing nursemaid to a bunch of runny-nosed civilians in Marine uniforms. So laugh it up, you clowns. But the last laugh goes to me, Ex-Sergeant Carter. Ha! One of the family, you knucklehead.
Hey, Gomer. Gomer, what's the idea? What was that, a gag?
I'm sorry, fellers. I was in town and I run into Sergeant Carter, and he was feeling so low, and he said how he wasn't going to re-enlist again. And I told him, you all sure would be sorry to hear about that. And he said he didn't believe me. And I said I'd prove it. And he said I was wrong. And I said, come on. And we did, and I was. Wrong, I mean.
And each time you go down there, I want to see you eat that dirt. Let me know you've been there. And when we finish this, I'll think of something else.
We could get a sergeant like that.
Well, Carter made you do push-ups.
Yeah, well, what it is we're used to him. I mean, you can get used to anything. You know, floods, tornadoes, volcanoes. You can live with them. This particular eruption of ours, we're used to him.
Who knows what the next one's going to be like?
Yeah, that's just it. That's what worries me. That's an awful thing to live with, the fear of the unknown.
Sure is. Back home we had this bottomless lake, you know, and wouldn't nobody go in swimming in it on account of it was bottomless. Well, one summer we didn't have much rain and it dried up. It wasn't more than 8 feet deep, I found out.
What does that prove?
Well, it just seemed to sort of fit in.
Well, we gotta look at this thing. He's a monster, but at least he's our monster. Who knows what we'd get next?
You know, we gotta keep him. We have to find a way to keep him.
I kept telling you fellers that.
So how do we change his mind?
I don't see how he can leave us with us needing him like we do.
Maybe we just kind of goof up a little, you know?
Yeah, like we still needed him around for everything.
Yeah, for drilling or whatever.
Hey, that's a good idea, Duke. Real good.
Yeah. If we goof, he'll have to stay on because he wouldn't want to turn over a fouled up platoon to some new sergeant.
Hey, that's real good, Duke. How do you think of things like that?
All right, secure that gear and fall into the rear of the barracks. That's all of you. Let's move it.
All right, you guys got the picture? Operation Foul Up. Let's try it and see. Let's spread the word.
Hey, you guys. Get in step, get in step. Squad, halt! Wow. All of a sudden, my brave little band can't even march. You need a refresher in close order drill? Well, do ya?
Yes, Sergeant.
I can't hear you.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yeah.
Yes, Sergeant.
Knock it off. You're in attention. All right, you people need close order drill. I'll drill you till your tongues hang out. Forward! Hard! Right flag! Hard! To the right flag! Hard! Get in step! Get in step! Get in step! To the rear! Hard! As you were! Forward! Hard!
Well.
Sure looks like we need some more drilling, Sergeant. Sure looks like it. I know I need some more. Couldn't you use some?
Knock it off! Now you hear this, you knuckleheads. I'm gonna be with you 2 more days, just 2 days. I wish I could get out today, but I can't. And I'll tell you something else. I would hate to be the sergeant taking over this broken down, miserable, fouled up, no good excuse for a platoon. This head.
Okay. Operation Foul Up didn't work.
I still think it was a good idea, Duke.
Yeah, but it didn't work, Gomer. It backfired. Now what we got to do is use the lessons the sergeant taught us. Analyze our opponent, probe for his weak point, and then attack.
How you think all them things to say, Duke? You know what, you're a leader.
Yeah.
What is the sergeant's weak point?
He ain't got none.
Oh, yes, he does. And you know what it is? Women. And what's more apt to build up his morale and make him sign up again than a real gorgeous chick right here on the base that's crazy about him?
Well, do you have anyone in mind?
Yep. That new gorgeous gal that's working in administration.
Gee, I don't know. She looks pretty frosty.
She was real warm to me.
You asked her for a date, Gomer?
No, for some manila envelopes for the morning reports.
You better think of something else.
No. We don't have time. Now, this chick is a Marine. With a few variations, but a Marine. Now, would a Marine allow the Corps to lose a man like Sergeant Carter when it's just a matter of going out with him for one night?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
You want me to go out with that wolf? Look, I happen to be going steady with a gunnery sergeant who wouldn't appreciate my dating Vince Carter at all. So it's out.
Is he here on the base?
He's on a convoy, but he'll be back tomorrow.
Perfect, no problem.
Except I won't do it.
Sally, when you were a little girl, didn't you ever want to be a nurse?
Well, I don't know why.
Well, now your chance has come. You're a nurse helping a sick man. A man with a high fever get through his hour of crisis. It's the re-enlistment fever. Pull him through the night and he'll be saved to the Marine Corps. And Sally, you'll have our undying gratitude.
Why, I never heard nothing so well said in all my put-togethers.
Well, I don't know.
Come on, Sally. We'll stick real close.
Well, if you stick so close, we're never really alone.
Sure. We'll kind of watch from a distance. And you're not committing yourself to anything. It's one date.
One date. But you stick real close because what other girls have told me about Sergeant Carter...
Lies, all lies.
He's a fine man, Sergeant Carter. He's got an honest, trusting face.
I told you I had plans.
See, fellas, didn't I tell you Sergeant would have big plans his last night as a Marine?
I guess we should have known, that's all.
There's something else you should have known. I wouldn't go out with you donkeys if I had nothing else to do, which I had.
Well, we weren't asking you to go out with us, Sergeant.
Well, it makes no difference, of course, since he has plans. Gee, I kind of hate to go back and tell her the bad news.
Her? Who? Who's her?
Well, you got plans. Come on, fellas.
Who are you talking about?
She's new here on the base, Sergeant. She's real pretty, though. Real pretty. She knows all about you. She even said that you...
She's shy, Sarge. Very shy.
Who's she?
Well, since you're busy, I just don't think it's fair to her to say. Come on, fellas. Let's go over to Major Steele's office and tell her.
Major Steele's office? Not that new girl who works for Major Steele.
Yeah, ain't she pretty, Sergeant?
A bunch of wise guys, huh? I couldn't even get that girl to say hello to me.
Well, there you are, Sarge. She's shy. Very shy.
Ah, come off it.
Your masculinity frightened her.
Yeah, Sergeant, and you got a lot of that. Masculinity, I mean.
Well... Nah, I couldn't be.
Ah, look, why argue? Sensational girl flips and he's not interested. Come on, fellas.
Wait a minute, will you? Look, if this is on the level, I could change my plans.
Sergeant Carter, you are a kind man.
We'll go tell her, Sarge.
Yeah, as soon as I grab a shower and a shave, I'll be right there, huh? Where'd I meet her?
At the Enlisted Men's Club.
I'll be right there.
But go easy with her, Sarge. She's very shy.
Sure.
I sure hope you'll go through this, Sergeant. She sure is counting on us.
Sally, I think you know Sergeant Carter. Sergeant Carter, this is Corporal Sally Peters.
How do you do, Sergeant?
Hello? Why don't you make it, Vince?
You two should get along real good together. Both of you being Marines.
I'll see you guys. Well, Sally, where would you like to go?
Well, the Green Light is a good place to eat and dance. Why don't we go to the Green Light? Okay, Sergeant?
Vince.
I don't know. I just don't feel the same way about a civilian as I do about a Marine. You know what I mean, huh, Vince?
Say that again.
The whole thing?
Just Vince.
Well, so far, so good. Hey, we don't have to just stand here. Let's scout some of this action, Larry. Gomer, keep your eye on the Sarge, okay? Okay, buddy. Come on.
Because I think the Marine Corps is the finest career for a man there is. Don't you? Excuse me. I'd like to go powder my nose.
Oh, sure.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just happened to stop in for a bite to eat. How's it going?
Fine.
She's a nice lady Marine, ain't she? She likes you, huh?
What? Oh, yeah. Well, I'll see you, Pyle.
Right.
Look, I got a great deal for you. There's a triple feature playing down the street.
No.
Yeah. A John Hall Maria Montez festival. How about it?
They take off their parts real good.
Why don't you catch it, huh? I mean, you don't want to hang around here all the time, do you? You can see me every day, right?
Up until tomorrow when you join the Anaheim Police.
Well, I'm not too sure about that. Sally and I just met, but...
You mean you're gonna sign on again, Sergeant? Why, that's just about the best news a fella ever heard.
Listen, Pyle, I'm starting to get someplace with this shy little dish, and if I could just be alone with her for a minute. You know what I mean, Gomer? Go now.
Okay, Sergeant.
Here she comes. I'm gonna dance with her. Just be gone when I get back.
Right.
Well.
Hi, Sally.
No.
Hi, Sergeant.
Nice little party you got going on here.
Ain't it though? It's real nice.
Real operator, your friend.
Oh, girls just go out of their mind over him.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
I thought she was going steady.
She is, but he won't be back till tomorrow.
Thanks.
Sorry if I got back too soon.
Oh, this isn't what you think
Oh,
it
well,
is.
that's good. What is it?
Well, I'll have to tell you later.
Who is this joker, baby?
Got a message for you, lover boy.
Hey!
Oh, come on. I got a lot to say to you.
What was that all about?
That must be the fella she's going steady with, wouldn't you say?
Gomer! She's going steady?
Well, she did mention it when we asked her to go out with you.
A bunch of jokers, huh? You set this all up just to see me get clobbered, is that it?
Why, we never. But it worked out good with you deciding to re-enlist again.
Me spend another 3 years with you, jokers? Are you kidding?
You mean you changed your mind again? You gonna quit us?
As of 12 o'clock tomorrow, if you ever want to see me again, come to Anaheim. I'll give you a parking ticket.
I really think he means it this time.
Huh. Not bad, huh?
Sharp. Real sharp.
Well, Cuccinelli, now it's just a matter of the clock. In exactly 4 minutes, I will be out of the Marine Corps.
Your watch is slow. You're already out.
Yeah?
How's it feel?
Good. Real good.
Sure.
I'm really out, huh? Hey, here. Why don't you take my dress blues, huh?
You keep them, Vince. You know, if you should change your mind, you still got 24 hours to sign up again.
I'm not changing my mind. I've had it.
Sure. Sure, Vince, sure. But just in case. You saying goodbye to your platoon?
Why should I?
Well, I'll expect it. Go on.
After what they did to me?
Vince. Okay, you're getting out. You're getting out, but do it with class. You don't just walk away from your men.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. It'll be a pleasure to say goodbye to those meatheads.
They're waiting for you. Go ahead.
You just wait. He still may change his mind. I know Sergeant Carter. He wouldn't quit us. No, sir.
Gomer, he walked. Face it. Who needs him?
Hey, it's Sergeant Carter. Hi, Sergeant.
What are you yelling about, Gomer? All I see is a civilian.
Well, boys, this is it. I just came to say goodbye. In spite of everything...
In spite of what? You wanted to quit, so you quit.
I have every right.
Sure. He's doing the patriotic thing, fellas. By chalking tires at Anaheim, he's releasing an able-bodied woman for duty with the Marine Corps.
All right, wise guys, you will treat me with respect.
I think you're overparked.
That's a real nice jacket, Sergeant.
Now, look, if you think
I can't hear you.
I said, if you think
All together, fellas.
I can't hear
Sure am gonna miss him. Why, he went all the way through boot camp infantry training with us. Sure gonna miss him.
Well, don't you understand, Gomer? We didn't quit him, he quit us.
All right, listen up.
Knock it off, civilian.
I said listen up. When your platoon sergeant enters the barracks, you will give him your immediate and silent attention.
There's just one little mistake there, buddy. You are not a sergeant. In 14 more years at Anaheim, you might work your way back up to a corporal. But as of now, you're just a man with a fat neck and a red face and a funny jacket.
I like that jacket, Sergeant.
Pyle. Can you read, Pyle?
I can read real good. Not fast, but good.
Well, read this.
Ten Hut! He re-enlisted. The sergeant, he re-enlisted.
Huh?
On your feet! All right. You know what it's gonna be like around here? Well, I will tell you. Just picture everything that has gone before as a little pink tea party with lady fingers. But from now on, you are going to shape up. And the man with the fat neck and the red face and the funny jacket is gonna be on your back every minute of every day. Before I'm through with you, what are you grinning about, Pyle?
Sure seems like old times, don't it, Sergeant? Yes, sir.
All of you, wipe them smiles off your faces. Do you hear me? I said wipe them off. The platoon is going to shape up. I will have order.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hello, Pyle.
I was passing by outside there and I looked in the window and I said to myself, that looks like Sergeant Carter. And you know what?
It was me.
Yeah.
You headed back to the base?
Yeah, but I can sit with you for a minute.
Oh.
This really is kind of a lonely life. That's the reason I admire you so much for signing on again. That's the reason I wanted to say to you that...
20 minutes, baby?
That's the reason I wanted to say to you. Did Sally introduce you?
Sally? What's she got to do with it?
Well, I knew how bad she felt about what happened, and with her being spoken for and all, I just thought that she...
I can operate on my own, Pyle. What's this girl got to do with Sally?
Nothing. But Hank, that big sergeant that took that punch at you, that's his little sister.
Hey, how about that, Deepest? He made it, Gomer.
How about that? Golly, that's good news. I'm really glad for him.
What's up, man?
Hey, Lester, it's Deebus. Guess what? He made OCS.
Oh, is that a fact?
It's right here in black and white. PFC Joseph Deebus is hereby transferred to Officers Candidate School, Quantico, Virginia.
Well, isn't that something?
Hey, there he is! Deebus!
Hey, Deebus!
Hey! You made it, pal!
Made what? What are you talking about?
OCS is what?
You mean I've been accepted? No kidding?
It's official. And as a future officer, let me be the first one to throw you a salute.
Hey, thanks, Gomer.
Hey, buddy, great! Yeah!
Hey, look, I'll see you later, guys. I want to call home and tell my folks the good news.
Yee-hoo!
Bless his heart. I think we ought to buy him something. You know, a farewell present or something?
Yes, a gift. That would be very much in order. What about an electric shaver?
Are you kidding? He doesn't even shave yet.
And what?
I got it. Why don't we throw him a farewell dinner party?
A dinner party?
Well, sure. You can always buy him a gift. But a dinner party with all of his friends, well, I think Deebus would cherish that for the rest of his life. The pleasure of his buddy's company for an evening.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Take him out for a party. You got something, Gomer.
And we invite Sergeant Carter as guest of honor.
You just lost it. Oh, come on, Gomer. What do you want the sergeant long for? He'll just put a damper on everything.
Why how in the world could you have a celebration like that and not invite Sergeant Carter? What do you say, Lester?
Well, his presence would tend to formalize the evening. On the other hand,
Omitting him from the guest list might be construed as a breach of military etiquette.
Say what?
I say invite the sergeant.
Good.
Well, just don't have him sit next to me. Have you ever watched him eat?
I got it. I'll head into town and scout around for the right kind of restaurant.
Oh, Gomer, now keep it down. I mean, keep it on the inexpensive side, okay?
Uh-huh, and I got an idea just where to go. Oh, and by the way, I think we ought to put up the money for the sergeant's dinner so he don't have to pay.
Keep it way down.
Pardon me, sir. Could I ask you a question?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Well, some friends and myself are giving a buddy of ours a farewell dinner, and I'm new around here, and I was just wondering if you could suggest a real good Chinese restaurant.
Well, I don't know. Chinese food doesn't agree with me. But if you're looking for a good delicatessen, why,
No, it's got to be a restaurant, really. Hey, how about that place over there? Wong's Far East Pagoda. With all those people going in there, it must be real good.
Well, I guess so. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yes. Can I help you with something?
Yes, ma'am. I think I'll have a bite of lunch.
Lunch?
That's right. And say, what happened to all those people I saw coming in here? Is there another room upstairs or somewhere?
Well, they eat fast and go.
Oh, well, I've got plenty of time, and this seems like such a nice place to eat. I think I'll have a bowl of that chow mein.
Chow mein?
You know, those Chinese vegetables all chopped up with little thin slices of chicken, and over the top you sprinkle some noodles.
Yes, I know chow mein. But I don't think you'd like it.
Not like it? Why would you say a thing like that? I love it. I used to eat it every Friday back home at Pete's Wienerburger.
Not everyone likes my chow mein.
You know something? I've got an aunt back in Mayberry just like you. She cooks up these wonderful meals, and right before she serves them, she starts apologizing for them. Everybody says she's the best cook in town, but she just don't have any confidence in herself.
But you, Marine, you're used to different style of cooking. My chow mein, I don't know.
There you go, apologizing again. You just bring me the chow mein and put it here on the table, and I'll bet you anything in the world I'll really like it.
Okay, what do you do? Stand fair or take a hit? A picture. Let's finish you, huh? How about you, big boy? What do you say?
Give me a card.
A card.
I'm good.
Dealer has 14. Take a hit. What do you know? 5. Anybody beat 19? Okay, house wins. Better luck next time.
Wong, we have a customer.
So? Send him back. Plenty of room at the poker table.
No poker. He's here for lunch.
Lunch? You want lunch? You're kidding.
Hey, you guys, some clown came here to eat lunch. No.
Honey, this is no time for lunches. Tell him get lost.
He's a Marine. He's here to eat. If we're going to keep a restaurant front, we better serve him.
Your wife. Worry all the time. Worry. Chester.
You call me, boss?
What have we got to eat?
Oh, somebody hungry? We got sandwiches. Tuna fish, bacon tomato, cream cheese with bagel, peanut butter.
No. Customer out front wants Chinese food.
Chinese food? Here? We don't have ready. Hey, maybe we send out for Chinese.
Never mind. I take care of him. You deal. What?
Is that the way you wait on customer?
Huh? Oh, almost forgot. Good afternoon. What do you want?
Hey there. I want a bowl of chow mein, a pot of tea, and a fortune cookie.
Chow mein?
Uh-huh. You know those vegetables with little slices of chicken?
Yes, I know chow mein. Listen, Marine, you want good advice? Go across street. Eat at Lam Q's.
Lum Q's.
They got real good chow mein. Much better than here.
Shame on you for telling me to eat over there. What if the proprietor heard you say that?
I'm proprietor.
You? You're Mr. Wong? Well, why in the world would you tell me to go to the restaurant across the street?
You like it better.
How do you know?
You want eat? Good food? Hot? Tasty?
Well, yes.
Go across street.
Oh, you Mr. and Mrs. Wong?
Yes, why?
Well, excuse me for asking you this, but how long you folks been in the restaurant business?
Not long. Why?
That's just what I thought. You folks just don't have any confidence. All you need is one satisfied customer and you'll see. So you bring me my chow mein and we'll talk after that.
But
I won't say another word till I've eaten.
Wong, what are we gonna do?
I like to throw him out. 一拳打死佢嗰個蠢嘢都唔聽人講㗎，that dumbbell. Maybe I tell him the stove broke down.
No, Wong. We'd better feed him. He might get suspicious.
Yeah, a nut like that could cause trouble. Okay, we serve him.
I think he almost finished.
Good. Let's give him a check. Get him out of here. Big pain. All finished?
Yes, I am, Mr. Wong. And I've got just one thing to say to you. Shame, shame, shame.
Huh?
Imagine telling me I wouldn't like your chow mein. Why, it was delicious. And you mean all of this was just $1.15, including that big bowl of rice and the fortune cookie?
Yes, that includes everything.
You really like it?
I knew I would. And I may have a big surprise for you. That's all I'll say now. Bye.
Who knows? We got rid of you. Let's get back to work.
Hey, Bert. That Marine that just came out of there. What do you think? Let's find out.
of us. What do you think of that?
No, don't do that. Listen.
Now, I won't take no for an answer. We'd like to reserve our table for tomorrow night around 7 o'clock. There'll be 14 of us, so whatever you cook up will be just fine. We'll see you.
Wait. Hello? Operator.
What's the matter, Wong? What are you shouting about?
That stupid Marine. He said he's coming down here tomorrow night for a party. Our biggest night here in the back. He said if we don't let him in, he's going to march outside until we do.
That's bad, Wong. It will call attention to place. Look funny.
Yes. Maybe we better just close.
Close? What do you mean close?
Well, tomorrow night, close the pagoda. No parties, no nothing.
If we close that, even worse. Someone really gets suspicious. Might even tell police.
Police?
Police?
No, fellas. No police here. Just making joke with the wife.
See what can happen?
Oh, boy. We are really in trouble, thanks to that Marine.
Well, we're just gonna have to go through with it, Wong. Maybe it'll do us good.
Do us good?
Yes. It'll be nice for a change. Having people come here for dinner. Make us feel like we're back in restaurant business.
2 years ago, we were in restaurant business, and we lost our shirts. We were lucky to come out with a pair of chopsticks.
Well, at least it was honest, and the place wasn't full of gamblers.
Lotus, if it wasn't for the gamblers, I would be living with my in-laws in San Francisco.
Well, you just keep it up, Wong, and you'll end up living with inmates in San Quentin.
Sergeant Carter?
What do you want, pal?
Well, I didn't want to ask you this until all the details was worked out.
What are you talking about, pal?
Well, the fellers are having a farewell dinner for Private Debus tomorrow night, and we thought you might like to come. I sure hope you're not busy.
Yeah, well, I'm busy.
Well, the fellers went to an awful lot of trouble to see that everything was just right. I found this real nice little Chinese restaurant.
You?
Mm-hmm. I'm sort of in charge of all the arrangements.
Well, I'm very busy tomorrow.
Oh, gee, Sergeant.
Besides, it's not good for a sergeant to fraternize with his men.
Oh, well, it's nothing like that, Sergeant. You see, we wanted you there so you can make a little speech.
Speech?
It seems only natural to me that at Debus's farewell dinner, you'd be the one to say a few words. So you see, Sergeant, in a way, you're kind of the guest of honor, our featured speaker.
Oh, a farewell dinner. Well, that puts a different light on it. I didn't know it was a farewell dinner.
Would you, Sergeant, would you come and say a few words?
Well...
Please, Sergeant, you're the only one that could make a speech.
Well...
Of course, there are people that don't like to get up and speak, so if you would just like to come and not say anything...
I'll speak.
Oh, well, that's wonderful, Sergeant. We'll all be leaving together tomorrow night at 7:15. Thank you, Sergeant.
Fellow Marines, leathernecks, comrades in arms. As your platoon, Sergeant. Buddies and troopers. As your friendly Sergeant. Fellow Marines. Barrack buddies.
As soon as we finish with these vegetables, Chester, we better get started on the wonton soup.
Boy, this dinner turning out to be a big deal. Never knew Chinese eat so good.
Here's the spare ribs.
No, not here. Hardly enough room as it is.
Hey, Wong, what's going on? What's the big idea?
Sorry, fellas. Need table. Cooking big dinner.
We're right in the middle of a hand.
Look, it's just for tonight. You find another table.
Hey, Barney, what's the action here?
So far, nothing. Maybe you can change the luck.
Excuse me, cook's the table.
Wait a minute, Chester.
No can wait. Gotta make egg roll.
Sorry, meat table the press duck.
I don't know about you guys, but I've had it.
That goes double for me.
Let's get out. Hey, fellas, don't go way back. Come back. No, the business as usual tomorrow. Please come back. You're my best customers. Come back. 哎呀，嗰個 Gomer Pyle 神經病啊！
Well, this is it, fellas. What do you think?
Well, you were right, Gomer. It's a Chinese restaurant.
Well, if you think this is nice, just wait till you see the inside. Come on, let's go in.
Let's go in.
Hey, you remember Sergeant Carter? Aren't you coming?
No, you go on in, Pyle. I want to get something out of the car.
Right.
Fellow Marines and buddies, as your platoon sergeant and friend, when I was asked to speak here tonight...
Getting quite a crowd tonight, huh, Murph?
Yeah, plenty of action.
I think we better check with headquarters.
Gomer, this food is good. Really good.
A fine choice, Pyle. You picked the winner.
Thank you. How about you, Sergeant Carter? You enjoying your meal?
Huh? What?
How do you like the food?
Oh, it's fine. It's just great. Oh, Marines and buddies.
Fellas, I've got to tell you that this has been one of the best times I've ever had in my life, and I don't know how to thank you.
Well, I think we all owe a vote of thanks to Pyle here. He's the one that found this place.
Oh, no, Lester. If there's any credit, it should go to the Wongs. After all, they cooked the dinner and they put up the decorations. They're the ones responsible for all this.
Well, if that's the case, let's hear it for the Wongs, everybody. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
See there, I knew you could do it.
Make me so happy. Come, Wong, we have work in kitchen.
Fellow Marines and buddies, when I was asked to speak here tonight, I accepted the invitation with great humility. Fellow Marines...
Sergeant?
What, Pyle?
We're about ready to begin.
I was just freshening up, Pyle.
Hey, fellas, could I have your attention for just a minute? I'm sure y'all know that the reason we're here tonight is to honor our good and dear friend, Private Joe Davis. Now, there's an awful lot of nice things we could all say about him, but there's somebody here tonight who can say it better than anybody. And I think if we ask him, he might get up and say a few words. How about it, Sergeant Carter? The reason that I asked Sergeant Carter is because he knows him better than anybody. After all, who's worked with him, he's instructed him, and who's in a better position to tell us about Joe Davis than Sergeant Carter? Who is the one, after all, who can make a speech about any of us here?
Sit down, Pyle.
So without any further talk, here he is, Joe Davis's sergeant, my sergeant, your sergeant, Sergeant Carter.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you. Thank you very much, fellas. Thank you. Thank you, Pyle.
Don't anybody move! Halt! Stay right where you are. Place is surrounded.
What are you talking about? What's going on here?
This is a front for a gambling joint. That's what it is, Sergeant.
Huh?
That's right. You mean you haven't been to the gambling tables in the back yet, or is that for dessert?
Gambling tables?
Oh, officer, there must be some mistake. I know the Wongs personally, and there's no gambling here.
Of course it's not here. It's never out front. It's in the back where it always is.
I should have known, Pyle. I should have known. You would pick out a place that's a front for a gambling joint.
No, Sergeant, it just can't be.
Come on, boys. Hey, this is the race.
Why?
Something wrong, officer? Looking for somebody?
Nothing here but cooking.
Hey, this place really is a kitchen.
Well, of course it's a kitchen. Shame, 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 accusing these nice people of gambling. Whatever gave you such an idea?
Well, something must have gone wrong somewhere. We'll have to check this out with headquarters.
What do you suppose happened?
I don't know. Let's go. Sorry to have bothered you folks. Just go right on with your dinner.
Thank you, officer. Wait, I'll be right out, Sergeant. Now listen, Don't you all let this little mistake upset you. You two got your confidence going real good now, and things are even going to get better. Well, when the fellers out there start spreading the word around, you're going to be packed every night.
You mean this many customers all the time?
Well, sure. With the wonderful food you serve, wouldn't surprise me if those police didn't start coming in here regular.
Police? Oh. Hey, you think Chinese truck drivers start coming too? That really make it good.
Truck drivers, Marines, everybody.
That settles it. There's no business like restaurant business.
Thanks to Gomer Pyle.
And the part that I played in his being selected for OCS is hardly worth mentioning. I mean, what did I do? True, I led him through boot camp. I probably had a hand in molding his character, building him into the man he is today. But surely I can't take any credit for that. It's my job, and a job well done is reward enough. What was Private Davis when he first came to me? He was nothing but a big blob of clay. And I took that blob of clay and I molded it. I shaped it. I formed it. But can I take any credit for that? A little, yes. What was Private Davis when he joined my platoon? A raw recruit. But I saw his potential. I took him under my wing. I gave him the benefit of my many years of military experience. And so tonight, we're sitting here enjoying the fruits of those efforts. How well I remember. So what did I do? I'll tell you. I hit all of them. They blow this inspection, I'll kill him. I'll kill him. Keep your eye out. Come on, Slater, get those ammunition boxes straightened out. That top blanket there, right there, fold it. Don't make so much dust, Pyle.
Inspection party, just leaving the barracks, heading this way.
Can you call that sleeping? There's an inch of dust under there. All right, secure from up there.
Hey, Duke, can't remove this, would you?
All right, here they come. You guys line up right over here.
Hey, Duke, just a second more.
Good morning, sir. Company B supply room ready for inspection, sir. Attention!
I was moving it to clean under, and I kind of lost my purchase on it.
See you a minute, Sergeant. What kind of a careless, inefficient Marine is that, Sergeant?
Well, sir,
is that an example of the kind of training he gets from you?
Sir,
as you were. Take care of that, Sergeant.
Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, forget it, Vince. Just an accident. They happen.
But why always to me? Why me? 16 years I put in, right? So here I am, a platoon sergeant. 3 up, 2 down, right? Big deal. This gives me the privilege of being stuck night and day with them left-footed, bird-brained foul-ups. And what I get out of it? Nothing but aggravation.
Vince, it ain't that bad.
What's to be my future? Another 16 years of more aggravation, more knuckleheads? Is this to be my destiny? Life among the savages?
Look, Vince, it didn't really bother the captain.
No, you didn't hear him chew me out. And why should it bother him, huh? He doesn't have to spend night and day with them clowns. He doesn't have to take the rap for their foul-ups. Not him, no. All he has to do is say, take care of it, Sergeant. Take care of it, Sergeant. And then he cuts out. This doesn't mean anything to him. He's an officer. That's the life, Nick.
All right. So why don't you become an officer? Here it is for the bulletin board. Aptitude test will be given Tuesday at 0800. Open to all enlisted personnel interested in applying for the officers training program. You mean you would?
Why not?
Vince.
I put in my time. I done my bit. Let some other guy with the stripes take the beating. I'll be the officer. I'll be the one who only has to say, take care of it, Sergeant.
Sarge, listen,
Yeah.
now being an officer ain't all that easy. I mean, it's a whole
Yeah, I
different
should
life.
have done this years ago. Now I'll get that bar on my shoulder, the passport to a better life. Then I can mingle amongst gentlemen, civilized human beings instead of that bunch of cockeyed clowns out there. It'll be a relief just to be with people who can talk English good.
Sir, real trouble. Private Morgan is AWOL. Piasecki smashed up his Jeep. Schmidt is in jail for fighting with a sailor. Slater blew up the arsenal. And Gomer Pyle accidentally set fire to the mess hall.
Well, take care of it, Sergeant.
Aye, aye, sir.
If you want me, I'll be over signing up for that exam for the officer training program.
You sure you want to go through with it?
But I just got to go in there and tell the sergeant how sorry I am I messed up his inspection.
Bad idea. Better you stay away and let him forget it. You go in there, now he'll bite your head off and chew up the rest of you, too.
Not the sergeant. He ain't the type to be mean about it. He's much too fine a man.
Gomer, believe me, he'll take one look.
Say, Sergeant, I just came by to tell you how truly sorry I am about what happened.
Don't you give it a thought, Pyle. Not a thought. It means nothing at all.
See? I told you he wouldn't be mad at all. Just like I said, he's a fine man. Just about the finest there is.
Something important?
Notice for officers training. They're holding interviews.
Yeah?
Yeah, guess who's going to take the test?
You?
Nope. Sergeant Carter.
He ain't. Well, did you ever in all your put-togethers? Sergeant Carter's gonna get to be a lieutenant?
That's right.
Well, that means he'll be going to officer school, and we won't be seeing him no more.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
I just can't imagine things around here without Sergeant Carter. Why, he's been with us straight through boot camp. Of course, I do wish him the best. For heck's sake, though, I sure hate to see him go. He's such a fine man, I'd like to continue to serve with him.
Well, you can. Why don't you apply for the officer training program? Take the test, then you can be together again.
You think I ought to?
Why not? You too can be an officer, Gomer.
But could a private take this test?
Take it. You not only can take it, it's your duty. Where else are they going to find the future leaders of the Corps if not among men like us? And besides, you'll get to stay with your buddy. By your leave, sir. No, I mean it.
Gomer, an officer?
You mean he's taking the test for real? I was there when he was asking about it, but I didn't think it was serious.
I believe I can't.
Tadge, hut!
Who we had attention for?
Lieutenant Pyle.
Huh?
You're going to become a lieutenant, aren't you, sir?
Oh, come on, Dick. All I
What
done
are we
was...
standing around for? Let's make the lieutenant comfortable. Come over here, sir. Pillow, pillow, pillow. Have a seat, sir, right here. Oh, let me get those shoes, Lieutenant.
Spot a dust there, sir.
Shall I get your Jeep, drive you to the officers' club, sir? Yes, yes. His bars, his bars. Give the lieutenant his bars. And salute.
Oh, come on, Dick.
Relax, Sarge. Take it easy.
I'm relaxed. I'm perfectly
It's
relaxed.
only an aptitude test. No military stuff, just general. 100 true and false questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Benson told me the trick is you got to put down the first answer that comes to your head. That's usually right. And don't stew on them too long. Oh, yeah, and you got to be relaxed.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed.
All right. I'll see you later.
Hey, Sergeant.
What are you doing here?
I'm planning on taking that there test.
That test? To become an officer in the Marines? The United States Marines?
I'm not stepping out of line, am I, Sergeant?
Oh, no, not at all. You feel yourself officer material? Well, you just go right ahead. How long have you been in the Marines, Pyle?
Almost 6 months.
Oh, 6 months. Well, you should have no trouble at all.
Well, I sure wish I was calm as you are. Don't expect I know too many of the answers, so I guess I'll do mostly hunching.
Hunching?
Uh-huh. See, what I do when I don't know something is I slap these 2 fingers down real hard. Now, if the pointing finger tingles most, I put down true. And if the long finger tingles most, I put down false. Works real good sometimes.
Pyle, will you tell me one thing? Just one thing? Why are you doing this? Why do you want to become an officer?
Well, kind of a personal reason.
Oh. Well, what's taking so long? Make sure the phone's working.
Hello, Corporal Cuccinelli speaking, sir. Yeah. Right. Uh-huh. Right. What? Oh, okay, let's have him.
Well, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Well?
Well, they're taking the top 10 men, Sarge.
Yeah, so who are the top 10 men? Who?
4 from Whipple's outfit made it.
Yeah.
And 2 from Sergeant Zaletsky's platoon.
Yeah, that's 6.
3 from Company C.
Yeah, that's 9. That means I did.
No, Sarge. You're 11th on the list. I'm sorry. But look, most of those guys that made it, they're college boys.
Well, who was that 10th guy? The guy that just aced me out. You know who it was?
Hey, Sarge. I I just heard. I made it. Barely by the hair on my chin, but I did do good enough to pass. I was number 10. How did you do? Where'd you come in?
Carter placed 11th. That means he's out.
You mean Gomer passed and the sergeant didn't?
Now lay off that Gomer stuff. He's practically officer candidate Pyle. And officer candidates are treated just like officers. You know that?
You're kidding. You mean we gotta call Gomer, sir?
That's right.
All right, break it up. We got a little work detail here. You three pick and shovel, tidy up the obstacle course. You three rakes, police the area. Slater and Gottschalk, recreation hut. Swab the decks. That's it. Make it good.
Excuse me, Sergeant. What'd I do?
All men passing the aptitude test have been relieved of duty status. Sir.
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 Shazam.
Since you're on your way to becoming an officer, you will have no more work assignments. The rest of you knuckleheads, scramble!
But, Sergeant, I'd be glad to grab a pick and help.
Sorry, regulations. And if you care to come around to the duty office around 14:30, we can tell you what time you have your appointment before the interview board.
Man, you're a lucky stiff, Gome.
Oh, come on, Sarge. He'll be having more of those officer selection tests again next year. You'll make it easy then.
If I live that long.
He still can't figure out how Pyle made it.
That's the one bright side to the whole thing. I might be stuck for a whole year with the rest of those clowns, but at least he'll be out of my hair.
I'm supposed to drop by.
Your interview is scheduled for 1500. That's in half an hour, sir.
You know, Sergeant, when I first found out that I was going to officer school and you wasn't, well, I didn't like that idea one little bit. You see, I'd always counted on soldiering with you a little longer. I never figured that this would backfire and split us up instead.
Well, that's the way it is.
It really bothered me, Sergeant, but it don't no more.
Good, good.
On account of it don't have to split us up at all. Not one little bit.
It don't?
Not the way I'm going to arrange it. When I get to be an officer, I'm going to fix it where I get assigned right here at this base. That way we be together again in the very same group.
But you can't always choose where you're sent. The Corps sends officers where they're needed most, and in that case, you wouldn't be sent back here.
I thought about that too, Sergeant. If that happens, I'll make a request for you and have you transferred to me, so you don't worry none.
You're to have me transferred to where you are.
Officers can do that. So you see, everything's going to be just fine. We'll be together same as always. Only one teeny little difference. I'd be your superior officer, but that don't really make no never mind. It'll be perfect. What with me being your superior officer, we'll be working closer together than we ever did before. Just like that, you and me. The sergeant and his superior officer.
Please. No more.
Well, I just thought I'd give you the good news. I guess I better be getting on to the interview. Is there something ailing the sergeant?
Yeah, well, you ought to be able to figure that one out, sir.
I'm afraid I don't follow you.
Yeah, well, I'll give it to you straight. Think how you'd feel if you put in 16 years. Career, everything. And on your first try for officers training, you got beaten out by a private practically right out of boot camp.
Golly, I never figured that.
Sure. And if you hadn't taken the test, instead of being 11th, Carter would have been 10th.
Then he'd have been on his way to officers training instead of me. Well, I never for 1 minute wanted to get in his way. Not Sergeant Carter, not after all he's done for me.
Yeah, well, it's too late now, so forget it. You better be getting on over to your interview, sir.
ordered, sir.
At ease, Pyle. Pyle, would you tell the board why you wish to become an officer?
Sir?
Would you tell the board why you wish to become an officer?
Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, that is something I'd like to talk to you about. First off, Colonel, sir, I wanted to tell you gentlemen that I was just tickled pink that you'd give me this chance. But don't you think it'd be a sight better if you give it to somebody with 16 years, with career and everything, and 2 up and 3 down? I mean 3 up and 2 down.
Private, you're not making yourself very clear.
Sir, I was talking about Sergeant Carter.
Well, what does Sergeant Carter have to do with this?
Oh, just about everything. The reason I was going to officer school was on account of he was going to go too.
Pyle, are you or are you not interested in becoming an officer?
Sir, I think that the colonel would like the best man for the job, and since the sergeant taught me everything that I know, I think it'd be better if you took the teacher instead of the pupil. So, if it ain't against regulations, I'm going to step down and let the sergeant go instead of me. Why, with all he knows, he'd probably start right out as a colonel with no trouble at all. I'm sorry, Colonel. I didn't mean it like that. What I'm trying to say is that I've got my work cut out for me here, and the sergeant, he's deserving of being an officer, and I'm sure he'd be one you could be real proud of.
Then you're withdrawing your name.
Yes, sir. I guess that's what I'm doing.
Pick it up, pick it up. Everything that ain't growing. I don't want to see anything but grass and gravel when you're finished. Now get with it. Look at it, huh? Look at it. They foul up, who gets chewed out for it, huh? Sergeant Carter. What does that mean to them? Do they care what happens to me? I miss out on that officer's thing. It's just a big laugh to them.
I don't know, Vince.
Oh, come on, Nick. They're just looking out for number one. They don't care about me. I'm just a nothing. Another sergeant they gotta put up with. Part of the scenery.
Sergeant Carter, you're to report to the Officer Selection Board for an interview immediately.
The officer's selection board? There must be some mistake. I didn't place in the first...
No mistake, Sergeant. The Colonel sent me for you personally.
Hey, Vince. Looks like you made it.
Hey, guys. Sergeant's going to the officer school after all.
Oh, we better get started, Sergeant. Hey, don't go yet. I'll be right back.
But I don't get it. Are you sure that he meant for me?
Positive. Let's go.
Sure gonna hate to see you go, Sarge.
Well, you take over, huh, Nick?
Okay.
I need a tie, Sarge.
Thanks, Thomas.
Hold it. Sarge, when we heard you were taking the aptitude test, well, we went out and we got you something.
We didn't give it to you before because...
Anyway, we're glad we can give it to you now.
Your lieutenant bars, Lieutenant.
Fellas, thanks.
It looks like you got what you wanted, Vince. Passport to a new life, away from the knuckleheads.
Crazy guys. What do they want to get me these for?
The officers club, Sarge.
Sarge.
Go get it. Good luck, Sarge. Good luck.
Sergeant Carter reporting as ordered, sir.
At ease. Well, Carter, we've had some pretty glowing recommendations about you.
Beg pardon, sir?
Private Pyle withdrew his name. That moves you up to the number 10 spot, making you eligible for officer training.
He withdrew his name?
And if you make half the officer he said you would, you'll have my job in 3 months.
Does the colonel mean to say that Pyle stepped down so that I...
Would you tell the board why you wish to become an officer?
Well, sir, I'm not sure I can. I mean, I don't think I'm ready to be an officer. That is, I'm ready, but not yet. You see, sir, I have this platoon I've trained since they were recruits, and we're sort of a team. And they're still a little rough. Don't get me wrong, sir, they're good. They're real good. But I'd like to personally see them through the rest of their training. The platoon and me, we kind of understand each other.
What
they had some special assignment they wanted a good platoon to work on, so I said we'd do it.
You mean you're staying? You ain't going?
You mean that officer thing? There's no time for that. Maybe next year. No hurry.
You know I feel the same way. There ain't no hurry. Maybe next year.
Yeah. You going back to barracks? What's going on?
Sergeant, we'd like for you to settle an argument for us. How do you spell separate? S-E-P-E-R or A-R?
What are you bothering me for? Look it up in the dictionary.
But you know, though, don't you?
Huh?
E-R, A-R.
A-R.
A-R?
Absolutely.
Here it is. Sarge's right. It's AR.
Golly, Sergeant, you're always right. How do you know so many things?
It's my job, Pyle. It's my job.
I'm sorry, Sergeant. What'd you say?
Here. Listen to this. Assignments. Paris Island to Honolulu, stopover Camp Henderson. Sergeant Jim Mason. Jim Mason, that's my old buddy from Korea.
Well, ain't that nice? And he's stopping off here?
Yeah. Oh, Jimbo. That's my old buddy, Jimbo. Hey, I wonder when he's coming in. Maybe headquarters tomorrow. This is Sergeant Carter here. Tipton? Look, Tip, do you have any information on a Sergeant Jim Mason stopping here on his way to Honolulu? Yeah, I'll wait. Oh, boy, Jimbo and me. Did we have times together? Man, I'm telling you... Huh? Today? Hey, that's great. What? I'll only be here 24 hours. Look, Tip, do a favor for me, will you? When he checks in, send him over to see me. Yeah, he's an old buddy. Yeah, thanks a lot. Jimbo, that old son of a gun. Pyle, if you knew what he and I went through together, we couldn't have been closer. We've been brothers. Pyle, he's my oldest and he's my best friend.
Ain't nothing nicer than seeing old friends. Grandma Pye used to always say, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold.
Yeah. And he's Marine, Pyle. All Marine.
Well, for you to talk about him like that, he must really be something special.
He is, Pyle. He really is.
Well, I get this place all spick and span for your old buddy. I guess you two got a lot to reminisce about.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
How long's it been since you seen him, Sergeant?
Well, let's see. Yeah, I guess it's 13 years. The last time I saw him was right before they took us to the hospital, the day I saved his life.
You what?
Oh, well, I saved Jimbo's life.
You mean you actually saved his life? Like if you hadn't have saved his life, he would have died?
That's right, Pyle.
Golly, Sergeant, you're a hero.
Not a hero, Pyle. Just a man who did his duty.
No, sir, Sergeant, you're a real hero. You saved a man's life. That must really make you feel proud. How'd you save his life, Sergeant? Was you in combat?
Well, I'd rather not talk about it, Pyle.
Okay, Sergeant.
Okay, Pyle, I can see you're holding it in, and you won't get off my back till I tell you the whole story, so pull up a chair and let's get it over with, huh?
Thank you, Sergeant. I sure love to listen to these hero stories.
Well, like I said, it was in Korea, during the worst part. We were trying to take a hill that we needed real bad, and we ran into a pack of the enemy. I'd say they outnumbered us 5-1.
5-1? Shazam, I got goosebumps just listening already. How'd you ever get out of there?
Please, Pyle, don't interrupt. Now, I hate telling this story, so let me get it over with.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sergeant. But if it really pains you to tell it, then I don't think that you...
Please stop nagging. I told you I'll tell it, so I'll tell it. Where was I?
The enemy had you outnumbered 5-1.
Yeah. Did I say that, 5-1? Well, it might have been more than that. Maybe even 6-1 or 7-1. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, the enemy had us surrounded. Well, we jumped for cover. But it still looked like we were done for. We just lay there, not moving a muscle. We thought if we could make it till dark, we might have a chance to get out of there alive. We might even have a chance to take that hill.
What happened, Sergeant?
Well, like I said, we were just waiting and hoping that we could make it till dark, when all of a sudden, one of the kids in the platoon, a kid by the name of Stuart Billett, well, he couldn't wait because he jumped up and started to make a run for it. Right away, the enemy fire broke out all around us. Well, my old pal Jimbo and I were together. We could see Billett a little ways ahead of us. Luckily, he wasn't hit. He had slipped and fallen as he started up the side of the hill and got entangled up in some barbed wire. The poor kid was trapped, just laying there like a sitting duck. We knew we had to do something to try to save him. We shook hands and started. The plan was for Jimbo to crawl to him going wide on the left side, and I'd try going wide on the right side, just hoping one of us could make it. We'd gone a few yards when it happened. A mortar shell went off right between us. Luckily, it missed me. Now, from here on, everything that happened is a little hazy. But after I shook off the effects of the blast, I looked over and saw Jimbo. He wasn't moving. I thought sure he was finished. Right away, I knew there were two things I had to do. I had to get Billett, and I had to get my buddy Jimbo. I leaped up, and protecting myself as best I could, I raced over to Billett. He was tangled up in barbed wire, and I knew the kid couldn't make it on his own power. So I threw him over my shoulder and ran to Jimbo. Jimbo was in kind of a daze, so I grabbed him and ran for cover. And luckily, I made it to safety. They took us all the way to the hospital, and believe it or not, I've never seen Jim Mason since. We never even got a chance to talk about it. What are you doing, Pyle?
Why, you're a hero, Sergeant. Fact is, you're a hero twice. You saved 2 men's lives. Why, they gonna be thankful to you forever.
I know. That's what I'm afraid of. As soon as Jimbo gets here, he's gonna spend every moment he's here talking about it and thanking me and falling all over me. It's gonna be downright embarrassing.
Oh, it shouldn't embarrass you, Sergeant. You should be real proud. I bet there's a white, fluffy cloud up there in heaven with your name printed right on it, just waiting for you when you get there.
Thank you, Pyle. Well, look, let's get this office cleaned up before my old buddy gets here, huh?
Is there a loud fat sergeant by the name of Vince Carter around?
Hey, Jimbo!
Hey, you put on a little weight around the middle since I saw you last, huh, Tubby? You're starting to look like a Zeppelin.
Yeah? Well, at least I still got my hair. Hey, it's good to have you back.
Son of a gun. It's good to see you.
You look really great, Jimbo. Really great. Hey, this is Private Gomer Pyle. Pyle, this is my old buddy, Jim Mason.
It's your privilege to meet you, sir. I've heard an awful lot about you.
What do you say?
Some handshake, huh, Pyle? That's from karate. You still keep up with it, Jimbo?
Not like I used to. A little bit.
Hey, Jimbo. Do it. Watch this, Pyle. Come on, do it, Jimbo.
Who's going to pay for the chair?
Me. It's worth it. Do it. Okay.
Not bad for an old guy.
Well, he busted it. He busted it right in two.
Sure he did. Hey, Jimbo, you're the greatest. Where you staying tonight?
Oh, they got me checked in someplace they save for visiting dignitaries. Class hotel, Vince, old boy.
Yeah. Hey, well, why don't I run over to headquarters, ask the captain if you can bunk here with me? I got an extra sack.
Great. Hey, we got a few things to talk about, right?
Well, look, I'll be right back. It won't take a second. Pyle, take care of my old buddy Jimbo for me, will you?
Sure will, Sergeant. Sure will.
Sure is good to see my old buddy Vince. What a guy he is. What a guy.
He sure is. And he couldn't be a better sergeant. Why, he's just like a mama to us. A real strict mama. But a mama anyhow.
He's all Marine.
Ain't he, though?
We had some times together, especially in Korea.
I know. He told me so much about you. I feel like I know you already. Like that battle story about you two and that billet boy. That's one of the most thrilling stories I've ever heard. Really thrilling.
Yeah.
Hey, you must think a lot of Sergeant Carter.
You bet I do.
Hey, would you tell me that there battle story?
Yeah. It is kind of interesting.
You know, the part that I like best is where Private Billet was saved.
Oh, that? Well, my pal Vince and I, we had taken cover together. I could see Billet trapped in some barbed wire up ahead. Vince and I knew we had to do something. Otherwise, Billet was done for. We shook hands and started. The plan was for Vince to go on the right side, and I'd try going wide on the left side. Our only hope was that one of us would make it. We'd only gone a few yards when, well, I never heard anything like it. This water shell just burst there right between us. Now, from here on in, the story's a little hazy to me, but I shook off the effects of the blast and looked over at Vince. He wasn't moving. I figured he was done for. It was then I knew I had two things to do. Get Billet and my pal Vince. I jumped up and fighting back as best I could, I ran over to Billet. He was tangled up in the barbed wire, and I could see he could never make it on his own. So I threw him over my shoulder and raced to my pal Vince. Vince was just coming to. So I shoved him along and we all ran for cover. Well, that's how we all made it. Haven't seen Carter since it happened. Boy, I hope he don't embarrass me and start getting sloppy and thanking me for it. I was only doing my duty, you know.
That is funny. Boy, oh boy, that is really funny.
You know what, Duke? You got a warped sense of humor, Swat. A warped sense of humor.
Oh, come on, Gomer. You mean for 13 years, Carter's been telling everybody he saved Sergeant Mason's life, and Mason's been telling everybody he saved Carter's life? Gomer, that's a riot.
They each believe it. They each honestly believe that they're telling the truth.
That's even funnier. Can you imagine what happens when they finally get together and compare notes? Powie!
I know. That's the reason we got to do something. Duke, you just got to help me out. This Sergeant Mason is a karate expert, and he could hurt Sergeant Carter.
Really?
Now, you don't want Sergeant Carter hurt.
Well, it's simple, don't. You say Sergeant Mason's only going to be here for 24 hours. Just keep them apart so they can't get to talk.
But how? Sergeant Mason's sitting over there in Sergeant Carter's office right now.
Look, Gomer, I told you how to solve your problem. I can't do everything for you.
Well, thanks, Duke.
Hey, buddy.
But I don't know what I'm going to do if they ever get together. Here comes Sergeant Carter now. Please, Duke, you got to do something. You just can't let him see Sergeant Mason.
What?
Well, anything. Try to keep him here a few minutes, and I'll see if I can't get rid of Sergeant Mason. Please, Duke, you got to, for Sergeant Carter's sake.
Sergeant Carter? Sergeant Carter?
Well, what do you want?
Could I see you for a second?
Oh. Well, what do you want?
Oh, I've got a problem.
See the chaplain.
No, Sergeant, it's not that kind of problem.
Well, what kind of problem is it?
It's my lock.
Your lock? What about it?
Oh, I can't get it open. I was going to clean my rifle.
You can't get it open? What are you, stupid or something? What's the combination?
Oh, the combination, yes. Well, it's, let's see, a left to 19.
Left to 19.
Right to 32.
Where's
Where's Sergeant Carter? I don't have much time, you know.
Yeah, well, ain't it a shame?
He didn't say he had some other things to do today, did he?
No, Sergeant, he didn't.
I can't get it open either.
Look, maybe I better go find him myself.
Sergeant, I got an idea.
Huh?
Yeah. Yes, sir, I bet that's it.
What?
Well, if I was Sergeant Carter, I know what I'd be doing. I'd be in town buying you a present. Yes, sir, that's what I'd be doing, all right.
A present for me?
Why, sure, he hadn't seen you in all these years, and you did save his life. But if it was me, I'd be mighty embarrassed to be empty-handed whenever I got a present. There I go, talking out of turn again. You probably didn't even have time to buy him a present.
Yeah, I was too busy, that's it. But if... Listen, do you think I could get him a gift over at the PX?
Well, they ain't got much of a selection over there. But town's just north of here about 2 miles. It's just a short ride on the bus. And they got lots of stores there.
Okay. But listen, if Sergeant Carter gets back before I do, don't tell him where I went, okay?
Right, Sergeant.
19, right, 32, left, 27.
Gee, Sarge, I just remembered. It's left to 18, not 19.
27.
Thanks, Sarge. Thanks a lot.
I forgot to ask you. Where do you get the bus?
It's right out by the gate. Why don't you go out the back door? It's a whole lot closer.
Thanks.
Go right out this door.
Hey, Pyle, where's Sergeant Mason?
Well, he ain't here.
Well, I can see he's not here. Where'd he go?
I ain't supposed to tell.
What?
Promised I wouldn't.
Where did he go?
Into town.
What are you going to town for?
Well, I ain't supposed to tell that either.
Pyle!
Well, if you must know, he went to buy you a present.
A present?
That's the truth. You know, for old time's sake, I think he feels sort of sentimental about the occasion.
Well, what do you know? Old Jimbo buying me a present.
What'd you get for him, Sergeant?
Well,
Of course, you didn't have time. You just found out he's coming this morning.
Sure, that's right. I just found out this morning.
Ain't too late, though. You could go over to the PX and be back in 2 shakes.
Yeah. Look, if he gets back before I do, don't tell him where I went, huh?
Right, Sergeant.
How often do those buses run?
Every 15 minutes. There.
Did Sergeant Carter get back?
Uh-huh. But he went out again.
Again? Is he inside?
Hi, Vince. Where you been?
I'm sorry, Jimbo. I had a little errand to take care of.
Oh, sure. I understand.
Look, Pyle, you don't have to hang around.
Well, I ain't finished my cleaning up yet.
Well, make it fast.
Here, buddy. From me to you.
A gift? For me? Hey, Pyle, you see that? My old buddy brought me a present.
Open it.
You like it?
Oh, yeah. Sure, it's great.
Push the button on the side. It's an electric finger. It's great for massaging your gums. You don't have one, do you?
No.
Good, I figured that. It's the kind of thing you wouldn't buy for yourself.
Yeah.
It's great for scratching, too, but mainly for massaging your gums. Try it.
Yeah. I'll try it tonight.
The directions are in the box.
Well, thank you, Jimbo. But don't think I forgot you, huh? Here.
Oh, Vince. You didn't have to.
My God. A wallet. Real plastic.
Look inside. I put a little something in it for you.
Oh, Vince.
It's a picture of me for good luck.
Oh, Vince. I'll carry it with me always.
There was a picture of Ann Sheridan in it. I took it out. You can have it if you want.
No. You will be just great.
Boy, it's good to see you again, Jimbo.
Same here. Good to see you. It brings back memories.
Yeah. Hey, remember that dame in Honolulu?
You mean Toby Eigler, the one with the two-tone hair?
Yeah. Every night for a month, she made me take her out dancing till 2 o'clock in the morning. I was exhausted when I found out she had a twin sister, and they shared everything.
Hey, wait a minute. You remember the gal that flipped over me in Tokyo?
Yeah, the dancer.
You remember? She used to write me those wild letters in Japanese, and the only guy on the base that could translate them was the chaplain.
Oh, those were the good old days.
They sure were.
But it all wasn't fun and games.
I know what you mean. Korea. I guess we'll never forget what happened there.
You ain't kidding. You know, of all the things that ever happened to me, I remember that day in Korea clearer than anything else. I guess you'll never forget it, huh, Jimbo?
Well,
Remember, Jimbo? There we were, outnumbered 5-1, trying to take that hill, when all of a sudden that kid What's wrong?
Maybe it's appendicitis.
Pyle, you all right?
I think so.
Okay, Pyle, why don't you knock off for now, huh?
No, Sergeant, I'm all right.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Suit yourself. What were we talking about?
Oh, excuse me, Sergeant. You was talking about Toby Eigler, Japanese dancer.
No, that was before. No, Korea. Yeah, that was it, Korea. Remember,
Excuse
you and me were
Sergeant.
behind the log,
I'm
Jimbo, and
sorry.
you were...
I'm sorry, I never did get the Queen under here today. It won't take me but a minute, though.
The enemy, they were up on the hill. They were opening fire, remember? And we didn't have a chance. When they opened up with those rockets, what is it with this nut?
Why don't we just cut out of here, grab a couple of beers, and shoot the breeze at the club, huh?
Why don't you go to the movie?
What? Who wants to go to the movies?
Well, it's a real good picture. It's the Yalu Showdown.
That's a war picture about Korea. What do we want to see that for?
Yeah, we lived it.
Remember, Jimbo, the hill?
Yeah, and that crazy billet kid.
It's in Technicolor.
And you and me decided we had to try to save him, so you went wide on the left and I went wide on the right.
It's got a real good cartoon with it.
And the enemy was all around us, blasting all over, remember?
I remember that big one, the shell that burst right between us, knocking you unconscious. I remember I ran for a billet. Tossed the kid over my shoulder, still blasting away with a Tommy gun.
Wait a minute. I was knocked unconscious. You were knocked unconscious.
You're kidding. I remember it like it was yesterday.
You don't remember good.
Well, who do you think saved Billet?
Vince, look at me. You don't remember. I saved you, and I saved the kid, too. You were unconscious.
You're crazy. You were unconscious. Look, I'll show you.
No! I'll show you!
Don't tell me.
I'm telling you! I saved you!
Never! I did it! I saved... Oh!
I knew it. This is gonna happen. I knew it. Sergeant, are you all right? Sergeant. Come on, sit down here.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, Jimbo, does this remind you of something?
Yeah.
Do you know what I think?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I didn't save your life.
No. And I didn't save yours.
Really?
Thank you. I usually wind up my show with a community sing where everybody in the audience gets together and sings along with me. See, my name's Jerry Ball, and a community sing, they always have a bouncing ball. Well, what do you say we start off with one that everybody knows, an old favorite, Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Everybody knows that. How about, I'll tell you what, let's divide the audience up into 3 groups. 3 groups, and we'll have a contest. 1 group here, and here's 2 group, and here's number 3 group. Now, the first group starts with row, row, row your boat. And when they say boat, second group says row, row, row your boat, but you keep singing gently down the stream. And then when they say boat, the third group comes in with row, row, row your boat. Then we'll have a whole chorus there. Okay, let's try it. Row, row, row your boat, row, row, row you gently down the stream, row. First group there, if you don't come in, start it with row, row, row your boat. Then the second group wouldn't know where to come in there. So let's try it real loud, everybody. Row, row, row your boat, row, row gently down the stream, row, row merrily. Well, let's do it once. Let's try it once more, everybody. Now I'll tell you. I'll give you a little count off there. And row, row, row your boat, row, row, row your boat gently down the row. Well, I guess that's about it for the show tonight. We got another show that comes on in 15 minutes, and we'll see you then. Thank you, and see you.
Mr. Ball, I don't know why those people weren't singing with you, because you were wonderful, just wonderful. Well, I could listen to you all night.
You're not related to me, are you?
I don't think so. My name's Gomer Pyle. I'm from Mayberry.
Well, it's nice to know you, Gomer. Thanks for the kind words.
And I meant every bit of them. I don't know why those people wouldn't sing with you, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to be here every evening I can.
I wish I could say the same.
Huh?
Well, after the next show, that's it. They canceled me. Well, nice to meet you, Gomer. Thanks again.
But, Mr. Ball, excuse me, sir, but the sign outside says you're going to be here for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know, but the man inside said I'm through after tonight.
Well, I sure can't understand why. I just love your banjo playing, and you got a lot of nice songs.
Well, he's got a business to run here, and I just haven't been bringing in any customers. It's no surprise. It's getting to be the story of my life.
You mean it's happened before?
Yeah, ever since me and my partner split up. Miller and Ball, the dynamite duo, that was us. And Miller left, and the dynamite fizzled into a wet firecracker. I don't know what it is. As a single, I just can't seem to cut it.
But you're good. You're really good. All you need's a little time to prove it.
It's not easy when you get the hook after 2 nights.
But don't you have an agreement with him for the 2 whole weeks?
Well, yeah, but...
Well, then he ought to make good on his promise. A man's word is his bond, and you ought to go in there and tell him so.
I don't think I want to do that.
But, Mr. Ball, you deserve a chance.
Just call me Jerry, Gomer. I'm not used to respect.
But you should be respected. Why, you've got a lot of talent.
Are you sure you're not a relative? Thank you. Thank you very much. I usually end my act with a community sing, where everybody joins in. See, in a community sing, they have a bouncing ball. But I guess you're all a little tired, so I'll just say goodnight.
Wait a minute. We ain't tired. We'd all like a community sing, wouldn't we, everybody? There ain't nothing like singing to get folks friendly. So you just get it started, Jerry, and we'll join right in with you.
Thank you, but I don't think they're in the mood for it, really. I guess I just...
Oh, sure they are. You just get started and watch us.
Well, okay. Here's one I'm sure everybody knows. Hello, Dolly.
Well, hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. Come on, sing. I know you can. Looking swell. You too, Dolly, I can tell. Come on, sing. Going strong. That's good. See, there you sing real good. Playing one of your old favorite songs from way back. Come on now, you're not gonna let that table sing more than you are you? Come on. They're singing louder than you are. Come on. Dolly will never go away again. You too. Come on, let's sing. Oh, hello, Dolly. See, there you got a good voice. You too. Come on. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. Yeah, that's it. You're looking swell. Yeah, that's good. Come on, you start singing. Come on. Dolly, you're still crowing. You're still crowing. That's good. Man, come on.
Just a minute. Something's going on out there. I'll call you back.
Swaying on the band, swaying your old favorite songs from that thing. So
What's happening?
tell me, fellas, find your empty knees, fellas. Dolly will never go away again. Hey! And one more time. One more time. Come on. Hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell.
That's wonderful. Just wonderful. Then it's all settled. You'll finish out for 2 weeks.
Gosh, Mr. Randazzo, that's great. Thank you.
Let me tell you, I heard that joint jumping like I've never heard it before. I don't know how you guys worked it out, but it was great. I want the both of you here to do the same thing every night. I was sitting in the office and I heard all that sound. and all-
Mr. Randazzo, the both of us?
That's right, the both of you.
Well,
I think there's been a mistake, Mr. Randazzo. You see, I just happened to be out there in the audience tonight.
Okay, so you just happen to be in the audience tomorrow night and the night after. Hey, that's a great gimmick. You up on the stage and you working down the crowd?
Mr. Randazzo, Gomer's a Marine, not a performer. I mean, he was nice enough to help me through one show, but I can't ask him to come in here and work every night.
And you really don't need it, because Mr. Ball here's a star all by himself.
All by himself, he's a bum. The customers want to see you together. That's what I want to buy.
There's just no guarantee Gomer could be here every night.
That's right. I'm not always sure I can get a pies.
Then you don't think you can make it?
Well, I don't see how. Me being a Marine.
Well, that's too bad. I sure wish you could work something out. Well, when you finish tonight, kid, drop in. I'll have your check ready.
Well, that's showbiz.
Well, I'm sorry, Jerry, but I just couldn't make a promise like that.
That's not your fault. At least you made my last show a good one. Well, nice meeting you, Gomer. Thanks for everything.
Who? Rode in her swan? Oh, come on, Norm. What are you trying to do to me?
Miss Randazzo, excuse me, but please don't do anything about replacing Mr. Ball yet. I want to talk to my sergeant, and I'll let you know.
What do you want, Pyle?
Well, sir, as you know, I've got the guard duty tonight, but something real important's come up, and, well, Private Hummel said he'd take it for me. That is, if it's all right with you.
I don't know, Pyle. I don't go for changing the duty roster unless it's a matter of life and death. It ain't military.
Well, in a way, it is a matter of life and death.
Huh?
Oh, yes, sir. You see, it's real important. I've got this friend I want to help out, and it means so much to him, and, well, I sure would appreciate it, Sergeant, so can I please?
All right, if it's that important.
Well, it is, and thank you very much, Sergeant. I just knew you'd understand.
He probably ran into some poor sick guy somewhere, and he's gonna be up all night feeding him hot chicken soup.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
You're probably all wondering why I have a Marine for a partner. Well, I figure the way I sing, I need all the protection I can get. Okay, Gomer, go out there and let's get 'em going. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you.
Hey, the joint's really swinging tonight. Yeah, sounds great. I wonder...
The other night, dear,
This is what's a matter of life and death?
Sergeant?
Well, if it ain't Tony Bennett. Pyle, the only reason I didn't blast you last night is because I don't believe in discussing military business around civilians.
But, Sergeant, if you just give me a chance to explain to
Pyle, don't give me that innocent routine. I got you dead to rights. I let you off guard duty because you said it was important. I didn't let you off to go around singing in some honky-tonk nightclub.
Golly, Sergeant, I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. It is all right for us to work on our own time, ain't it?
That's right. Moonlighting is allowed. Marines are allowed to earn extra money by working in a gas station or maybe as a busboy. That's all right. But not making a fool of yourself in some nightclub. And on top of all that, Pyle, you lied to me.
But I didn't,
And
Sergeant.
you're going to pay for it, Pyle. You're going to go out to the back fence and dig me a hole 10 feet square and 6 feet deep. And when you're through, you're going to fill it in and then start a second one and do the same thing, and then a third one, and if I ever catch you singing in that nightclub again, you're gonna find yourself digging up the entire state of California. Do you read me, Pyle?
Yes, sir.
That's all. Dismissed.
Hey, Gomer! Hey, Gomer! Hiya, partner.
Hey, Jerry, what are you doing way out here?
I was just getting ready to go inside and track you down. In all the confusion last night, I didn't have a chance to talk to you. Hey, Gomer, did we kill him or did we kill him, huh?
Jerry?
Gomer, in case I didn't tell you, thanks. Thanks for everything. Boy, it's like having a whole new lease on life.
Jerry, I was just talking with my sergeant. You know, Sergeant Carter.
Sergeant Carter? Well, I'm grateful to him, too. After all, he's the one who let you do it, so thanks to him, too. Well, I'll tell you, Gomer, the main reason I came out was to show you some new songs for the show tonight. I mean, after all, we can't keep doing the same songs every show. So I'll tell you, Gomer, you look them over and we'll decide tonight. Who knows, when you get out of the Marines, we may get together a permanent act, huh? Hey, let's talk about that. Well, I'll see you. Hey, Gomer, thanks again.
Yeah?
Sergeant, I finished filling and digging, and, well, I just wondered if you wanted me to do any more.
No, that's enough. I think you get the message. Get washed up.
Sergeant, I want to apologize to you for not checking with you before I went to work in that nightclub, but I didn't lie to you, honest. I was there to help a friend, Jerry Ball, the banjo player. He just split up with his partner, and, well, he was still kind of unsure of working by himself, and, well, my singing along with him kind of gave him confidence, and, well, that's the only reason I was there, honest.
Okay, you did a good turn. You happy?
Sergeant?
What now, Pyle?
Well, Jerry's only got another week and a half in working in the green room there, and I was just wondering, what with your permission and all...
Are you kidding? Are you going to ask me what I think you're going to ask me? No, now get out of here.
But, Sergeant, it wouldn't be for very long, just long enough for Jerry to start believing in himself.
No, Pyle, you are a Marine, not a performer. Now forget it.
But he's good, Sergeant. He's really good, only he don't know it.
You know your trouble, Pyle. You are a compulsive meddler. You think everybody needs your help. Well, they don't. They'd all survive without you, and maybe a lot better.
That may be true, Sergeant, but in Jerry's case, I think he really needs somebody.
You never help a guy by becoming a crutch for him. Where do you think you guys would be? If every time one of you fouled up a job, I came running over and started helping out. You'd be helpless. You made it on your own. That's what this banjo player's got to do.
But in Jerry's case...
And if I ever catch you so much as singing one note in that club again, you'll be an old man before you set foot off this base. Do you read me, Pyle?
Yes, sir.
Hit the showers. Maybe you can wash some of them rocks out of your head.
There he is. There he is. Hey, come on, Gomer, boy. Come on, we've been waiting for you. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Ball.
Thank you.
Hello, sunshine. Goodbye, rain. I've got my baby back again. No more troubles, not for me. The baby loves me, yes, sirree. Hello, roses. Hello, dew. Hello, bluebird. How are you? Hear me singing down the lane. Hello, sunshine. Goodbye, rain.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to the green room. You know, at the end of my show, I always have a community sing. But I can tell by looking at you folks that you're ready right now. So what do you say, let's get started? Could I have the house lights, please? You ready, partner? Okay, here we... Okay, I know you all know this one.
Hello, Dolly. Hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Dolly, I can tell. Dolly, you're still growing, you're still growing. What's another word? Growing strong, I see the room. Come on, you're not gonna let that table sing louder than you are, you? Not playing one of your old favorite songs from way back when. So, take her rap, fellas, find her an empty lap, fellas. Dolly, you'll never go away again. Everybody louder. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. Everybody, come on. Everybody, come on. Come on, Bill, sing. I can't hear you. Your old favorite song from way back when. Everybody. Gomer, where were you?
I was out in the audience.
No, you weren't. Your table was empty.
Well, I was in the back watching you.
What did you do that for? You left me all alone up there on the stage.
That's right, and you didn't even need me.
What are you talking about? You heard Randazzo without you.
All Mr. Randazzo wanted was a crowd-pleasing show, Jerry. And you had that audience eating out of your hand. They were singing and laughing.
What?
They loved you. And you got a real fine hand when you finished. And it was all for Jerry Ball working by himself. You've gotten so used to somebody else doing it for you that, well, you didn't even know you could do it yourself. But boy, was you doing it. And do you know who's responsible? Sergeant Carter.
Sergeant Carter?
He was the one that told me that I was being a crutch to you more than anything else. And it all worked out just like he said it would. And you did it, Jerry, and you did it all alone.
They were applauding, weren't they?
Boy, they sure were.
Son of a gun.
But, Sarge, I would never sing in here again. Not after you ordered him not to.
You're forgetting one thing. Pyle has got a soft heart and a soft head to match. It's a set. And I might just bring him back here. And if I catch him...
Hey, Sergeant, Corporal.
Boy, I'll get the MPs.
The MPs?
You heard me. Get moving. Pyle, I gave you orders not to sing here again.
Oh, no, Sergeant. I didn't come here to sing or nothing. Cross my heart. I just came here to try the things you told me about me not being a crutch. I didn't sing a note.
Pyle, let's go.
Hiya, fellas. Don't tell me. I bet this is Sergeant Carter, right?
Uh-huh. Sergeant, this is Jerry Ball, the banjo player I was telling you about.
Sergeant, I want to tell you it is a real pleasure to meet you. Gomer tells me I have you to thank for everything that happened tonight. I don't mind telling you I was plenty scared when I looked out and he wasn't sitting there. And then when I didn't hear him singing, well, it threw me.
You mean he didn't sing tonight?
No, that's just it, and I was scared. But then he told me what you said about not helping me, and, well, you were right, it worked. I went on by myself, and it worked. You sure know about human nature. No, I mean it. It's a real talent being able to handle people. But I guess that's just part of being a sergeant, huh? You know, when you get out of the service, you ought to go into show business. A fella like you could go real far as a manager. You know, handling show people just like you do with Marines.
I bet you'd really be good at it, Sergeant.
Here they are, Sarge. Huh? Who?
Well, the MPs for Pyle.
What's the matter with you, boy? There ain't nothing here I can't handle myself. But you said, never mind what I said. Send him away. A theatrical manager, huh? Now, whatever put an idea like that into your head?
Well, you certainly have all the qualifications. Leadership. You're intelligent. You're authoritative.
You're understanding.
You're shrewd.
You're honest.
You're personable.
You're thoughtful.
I'm modest.
You're modest.
You're imaginative.
You're clean.
I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I...
He's not bad, you know. He's doing real good now. Mr. Randazzo just gave him a raise. Do you know he's making $250 a week now?
No kidding. Hey, that's great.
Sergeant, do you think you might do what Jerry said?
Huh? What's that?
Become a manager someday.
Oh, that, well, who knows?
It sounds like a real good business. Why, if you was to be Jerry's manager, you'd get a percent of everything that he makes.
I know that, Pyle. A manager gets 10%. Let's see, 10%, $250, that's $25. I'd only get $25, and he'd get $225 just for singing?
You are my sunshine, my